Not that one.
This is City Alpha 5!
This is Sparta!
This is what your brain has been waiting for. The next generation of great Catholic podcasting is here. You've just joined Monday Mornings with Matt and Kevin.
You've just joined Monday Mornings with Matt and Kevin. Except you haven't. Welcome to Chill Stream 15 or 515, May 15th edition, I guess. If I know you, you may come up. I have the link in the chat. Didn't really advertise this very much. I just was hoping not to have to do a long one. So I wanted to express some thoughts about this whole integralist thing, or integrity thing. Because I know, like, Cox is my phone number. It's no secret. He called me the other day. I sometimes talk to him. We're not enemies. We're just going to become enemies one day. And I think one of the big problems that I have with integralists is their ontology, the way they view the human person. So I don't believe the human person is able, I'm going to put the comments up, to achieve the goals of integralism. I think it's literally impossible. So I think of the human person as a set of axioms. And you can go in either direction. Oh, I need the epic pen now. You can go down these paths, little guy. Hey, I'm a human. And the church and God and divinity and stuff is a perfect object. It's over here. And you can't achieve the goal because when you go along these paths, the only thing you're actually doing is being a subject to your passions, subject to your personalities, a subject to the archetypes. And these are imprinted on you from a very early age. So like, In integralism, one of the things that they believe is that the church can tell you the correct price of bananas. They believe this. Go ask them. They will tell you the church has the right to set the price for bananas. How does that make sense? Well, that's because they're looking at the perfection of the church, and they believe you can comprehend it. They believe you can have access to it. Now, I believe when you look at the church, you're only going to get so much. You're only going to get what's in your vision. You're incapable of comprehending all of it. Augustine, when commenting on Tychonius's 7 ways of hermeneutic interpretation, is in the City of God. I had to read this in order to do preparation for the show on Tychonius. He says there's no one who can hold all these 7 interpretations in their mind at the same time. That is, they will end up going towards one route. They will go towards one axiom more or less. They will become optimistic or depressed or caloric or phlegmatic. They will diffuse into the archetypes. So I don't see how integralism is even a realistic concept, which is why I think Stephen Cox is kind of like up there with this whole project. Now, is it good that he does this? Yes. Should he do this? Yes. But I don't think he's being an integralist by doing it. That's the problem. He's unable to achieve the end he is looking to do. You must impose the reality of your mind on the subject you're talking about. In which case, like, what are we doing here? Why don't you just be a Sede and just accept that that's the reality? It's like the SSPX. Okay, so the SSPX believe that the church at Vatican II went wrong. But they realize since the church is perfect, we're just going to say, well, it's only the part of the church that we want to talk about. It's only a part. It's only on these topics. But then you're not taking the church as if it was a perfect being. You're taking the church as if it was a fragmented being. You're taking the church as if it was an axiomatic being instead of a perfect being. Well, you know, it's okay on these 5 parts, but over here with religious liberty, get rid of that. And so I don't understand what the goal is. To my mind, he's just being delusional Stephen Cox with this integralism, because integralism is related to socialism and fascism. That's how I see it. But it's also, in the day, they had a different understanding of everything. They don't have an understanding now. So this is why, like, we will go to war with Stephen Cox at some point. We just need to wait for him to like start messing up, and then we will pounce on him, and then it will be wonderful. By the way, if this is a chill stream, if I know you, you can come up. I have the link in the chat, I believe. So a human being's personality is fragmented. They're unable to express themselves as an integral person. Only Christ is able to do that. That's what I've always thought. So when you attach yourself to the church, you attach yourself to perfection, because the church contains a solely integrated being. It is perfection of being. But because we are imperfect, even though we are connected to the church, we are still remain imperfect because we're a fragmented being. We're conditioned by archetypes. Like I've talked about this in my interview with Chris Jackson, that I have an archetype of a jester, that I switch personas. So someone told me that, I believed it was true, and then I did what with my life? I became a musician, an author, and a podcaster. Those are all different. They're different mental boxes, and I live in all those different mental boxes. Why? Well, because I'm able to switch between them. Because to me, that's a very natural concept. Oh, Jerome was kidding. Yeah, I'm always talking Jungian because that's how I think of the world. I think the world is fragmented. So, what is it? It's Philosophia. She birthed Sophia. The reason Christ had to come after the Greeks was because the Greeks had to spread Greek philosophy, so then you could understand how to make theology. The sciences birth other sciences. Economics is a subset of the study of human morality, because human morality is axiomatic and praxeological. And then economics comes and applies that to the calculation problem. And I'm always talking. So when we talk about these issues, how are we going to make the church whole again? And how we're going to fix the culture? And how we're going to do all of this? Well, you're not going to do all of this. And that's not really the point. And that's why I don't like the title, The Integralist. Because they're not actually being integralists. They're attempting to, but they know they can't achieve the end. So is it futile? No, because they should be doing it. But if you can't achieve the end of your actions, you need to still justify your actions. So, like, how do you go about saying we need to fix the church when the church is a perfect society? The church inside the church itself contains all the church needs for her own perfection. But we're going to fix the church. I mean, the priests and bishops need to by making a pope, but that's a different question. So I understand it contextually, and human beings are contextual beings. So, like, I'm not saying Cox is wrong for what he does. It just annoys me because it's not how I think about things. And yes, we are always autistic. Hopefully no one comes up and we can end the stream really fast. All goody. Also, we are drinking root beer, Gorilla Mine. It is delicious. It is fantastic. It's very wonderful. So anyway, those are some of my thoughts on that. It's just, I don't understand the ideas that they're presented. So we have some more ideas from TLM Ryan, our mortal enemy. We need to actually go to a different screen, though. My videos. You better believe I'm going to clip it. Why would I watch content that I'm not clipping? Like, what am I doing? I'm just going to watch content because I'm a content mongerer. No, I got to clip the content. That's right. That's right. We go harsh on people, Stephen. We don't let people have it. Do you that Michael Matt was confirmed? I don't know why I don't have Michael Matt being confirmed by Archbishop Lefebvre as a drop. I might actually be bad at this. That should be a drop. No, well, it's confirmed by Archbishop Lefebvre. Like you can say it every single stream, no matter what's going on. You can always find a way to make Michael Matt confirmed by Archbishop Lefebvre. You can't hear it. Oh. Duh, you can never know what's going on.
Council in terms of Lord of the Rings parlance, which I'm sure Sedapicante is going to clip this.
Yeah, he's going harsh, man. Pat Picante, man, oh man. Okay,
I was laughing so hard.
We'll go to war. That's all right.
Yes. Yes.
You cannot use it. The council answers to modernists alone. It has no other master.
The council answers to modernists alone. It has no other answer. This is a line from Lord of the Rings about the ring. Well, if that's the case, then it's not a Catholic council. Then the whole thing has to be thrown out. Then you're a sedevacantist. Like, I don't understand why these people want to be dodgy with which position they hold to. I don't understand. But I'm going to clip this and comment and go to war over this. But you said the words. You said what Father Cicada said, and Bishop Sanborn said, and Williamson said, and Lefebvre said. And it was like, no, but I'm still going to believe that other things are the base. Oh, welcome to the show. Or welcome, friend of the show. That's the line. Peter Nelson. How's it going?
Hello, hello.
Well, what do you want to say?
Just wanted to say hi, pop on here quick, and I always enjoy your show and everything. So,
Yeah, why? Why do you enjoy the show?
I can tell you why. Because I bust my butt, work real hard, and then at the end of the day, this is a great place to laugh a little bit and just not think about work.
Well, that's a good reason. Oh, I asked because I wonder, because to my mind, it's a bit of insanity. Because, like, who watches content for the sake of triggering themselves and then playfully reacting to themselves being triggered? But, like, that's what the show has become.
Yeah.
If I wanted to not be angry, I would not watch TLM Ryan. But I enjoy TLM Ryan enough to the part that he angers me. I want to talk about it.
Yeah, there was one with him. Me and him were going back with some Novus Ordo guy yesterday on X.
Mm-hmm.
It was blowing my mind. This guy was trying to defend Fiducia Supplicans, and it was amazing. It was just, I was like, I can't even deal.
So what is up with every single Novus Ordo person saying this? Fiducia Supplicans needs to go, but boy, it's not a bad thing that we have it. Because if they said it was a bad thing that they have it, then all of a sudden, they have to admit that their church has bad things in it. And it's like, well, but it's not really that bad. It's kind of ambiguous and vague and bad. Like, well, then what is it? It's like an undiagnosable tumor. It's a growth, but we don't know if it's a tumor yet.
How you can like St. Paul in Romans 1 or St. Peter Damian or Third Lateran Council that has that one paragraph that's just brutal. I don't know how you can mention that stuff and then say that somehow you can bless filth. You can't bless filth.
No. But can you bless mindless, repetitive actions that cannot fulfill their ends? Like trying to learn a really hard piece of music that you'll never be able to learn.
I'm trying to teach myself Latin. But I just don't have any time. But, I try a little bit.
Well, what, are you married or something and have a business and a life?
Yeah. Yeah. And I love, and I got a bunch of hobbies that I can never do anymore because I'm always working. But yeah, hunting and fishing and trapping, those are my passions when I'm not, being with the family or working. But yeah.
What did I just click on? Yeah, well, when you're young, when you're single and retarded like me, you just kind of stick with the same thing, I guess.
I missed
when
those days were
when you're
fun.
single and I'm sorry, I accidentally opened up a stream. Wanted to link something.
Oh, I was gonna say those days of being single and everything, they were fun, But
yeah, I'm currently working my mother out at the gym back here. It's very funny because, like, normally, you would go and get a professional, and she's like, "Yeah, my son does that for a hobby. I'll make him work me out." Like, a bunch of homeschoolers, man. They have to figure out what to do with themselves. Then they do everything themselves and just close themselves off to the world. It's very interesting.
yeah, we're actually in the middle of trying to figure out where we're going to end up. Probably going to pick up the business and relocate to another part of the country. So that's my side project right now, actually.
Yeah, my dad wants us to do something like that too. I think end of this year or something. Keep telling him not to, but did you bring any clips?
I did not bring any clips.
I was going to play the Father Larry's content, but I don't know if he knows you're supposed to not treat the Lord's name so informally. I kind of don't want to play anything from him. Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, I see that we got Mr. Cox in the chat.
Yeah, he's here. We have to go to war with him. Because here's another thing that I think a lot of people don't understand about the insanity of the way I view the world. It's more fun with two people I know fighting each other than two people I don't know. And if I like both people, it's more fun to me. Like, it's more fun seeing Eli Manning play against Tom Brady because I know who Tom Brady is, so I'm going to root for Eli Manning, than for, Tom Brady to beat someone I don't know. Like, you got to know both people. So, like, part of everything I do is this, like, satirical self-implosion of trying to attack friends because I enjoy reviewing them. Like, I hate watching certain people, so I can't review them. I can't not be triggered when reviewing them. So it just doesn't work.
So how can you pick on Steven though? I mean, he's Integrity Inc.,
Because first off, he's got a wonderful disposition to pick on because he's very like over it kind of deal, and he just does what he does. So it makes him fun because you can kind of get the sense that you're provoking him into something, which is very delightful, like in a sort of childish way, like a child trying to provoke their parent into something. And then secondly, we just simply disagree on some things, and I like to disagree.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I don't. If I agree with people, it's usually because either it's too much effort to disagree, like with Father Lavery from the CMRI. I don't want to disagree with Father Lavery because I don't want to have to read 5 paragraphs on why I didn't quote a theologian. And he just dismissed my point. So whatever he says, I don't fight it anymore because I don't agree with him, but I ain't going to fight him. It'll be bad for me.
I've seen some of his posts that he's done. They are fairly long.
Catholic Crusader Films in the chat. He's another person, another totalist samurai. it's like I'd love to fight with him too, but at the end of the day, it's same with it. Mostly with Cox as well. Like we all agree on the main issues, but then who do we fight? How do we make more content? Like I think that a lot of people haven't figured the problem out. Like you're just going to start doing politics, like what we criticized Trad Inc. for, SETA Inc. has done in the past. Like on the Catholic Family podcast, where they just decided to literally launch a different political podcast and political economic podcast because they just ran out of content. Like we gotta be more inbred than what we are, and that's the point. And I think that's what I try to bring is trying to be so inbred and so autistic that we should eventually have a day that Cox is reviewing a clip of me reviewing him. And he's playing it. And you see the pictures, the big picture, little picture, little picture, little picture. That's what we want. That's the goal. And that's also why I don't understand. I don't understand Avoiding Babylon, which I don't watch, by the way. I might open it up and look through the transcript, but I don't understand Avoiding Babylon because they don't have clips. Like, what are they reacting to most of the time? It's like Albate sits there and talks to Rob. They might as well talk about their day. It would be more interesting than them talking about theology, which they know nothing about. Right? Hey, how was your day? I went fishing. Cool. That's better than them talking theology. I'm just going to say that. Did you kill the yak behind you?
The yak. That buck behind me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's we have a hunting cabin in northern Pennsylvania actually, and yep. So got him up there.
Yes, we completely disagree with anyone putting out 3 videos in one day. We're going to attack him for that. So, what was the question I had? Actually, I don't really have any questions because from my perspective as the content creator, I make the content and then I kind of try to forget about it so I don't think about it all night long. But I was going to ask you if you had looked into the Dan Savigny stuff and what you thought about that episode, because apparently it's like the most popular episode I've ever done.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting.
I don't have access to the court documents. Do you?
No. But here's the interesting part. I saw Dan recently, about a month ago or so. 2 months ago. I don't know if you heard, there was a Blessed Carl conference down in Dallas, and I do business all across the country, and I had a booth there at the Blessed Carl conference, and Pelican Plus was there and had a booth, and I was chatting with Dan there, and I mean, I knew nothing about any of this, to be honest. So this was kind of your video was kind of surprised because I was literally just chatting with him recently. So I was like, whoa.
Peter Nelson is always like rubbing shoulders with all the important people in the world, and then he hangs out with us plebs on live streams.
Well, Trad Inc. won't let me on. No, I'm just kidding.
Have you tried to advertise on Taylor Marshall before?
No, I actually haven't. I did look into a couple other of the big ones, and I was kind of surprised by what they charge. Just put it that way. But I've always appreciated. I know some people love Anthony Stein, other people don't. I like Anthony a lot, so I
laugh. I laugh every time I see you on Anthony Stein. It's like the biggest inside joke to me.
We started that like a year ago, and I was like, you know what? I really appreciate what Anthony does. I want to support him, maybe get the word out a little bit. It's been good.
So, in defense of Integrity Inc., I do want to say though there are other angles. So, because my education's in philosophy, I oftentimes present myself in one way, but I actually think both positions. And I think there's actually a really good idea behind Integrity Inc., and that is we have to get rid of Michael Matt. That's it. And I think that's a very noble thing to do. And if Stephen Cox can get rid of Michael Matt, just like Mike Parrott got rid of Michael Voris, that by itself is like worth everything. Because just to dislodge these names that implant themselves as the godfather of a movement is so very valuable, because it breaks apart the idea of the inks, the idea that this is the institution. Like, if you want right-wing news, you go to Fox. And then you go to Fox and you're like, there's nothing right-wing about this news. What's going on here? Like, it matters, which I only say as an example. I don't actually watch Fox.
I used to watch Fox. I can't stand it anymore when you look at it now. You know.
Yes, because they don't have a young Megyn Kelly. I love that story behind her getting the job. Who was the guy who used to own it? He had the TV on mute, and he's like, "Yeah, she looks intelligent and she's hot. Okay, she's our anchor."
Who? Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah, Murdoch. You're like, old white guy, this 30-year-old woman. You're like, what? How does this work? Can you read off a teleprompter? Can you put on makeup? You've got a job. Tell us about the Iraq War. So, like, from a tactical viewpoint, even if we disagree with what Integrity is doing, and I do, it still is a fantastic idea, because it just from a tactical viewpoint, it would be helpful to the long-term goals of traditionalism that Integrity succeed. Which is why I'll probably go and sub there too. It's like I sub to different places. Yeah, so, like, if you hear me being critical, it's because that's part of how I like to express myself and how I like to think content goes. I think content is better when you're passionate about your content. If you're just like, TLM Ryan's not mean. He's read books. Look, okay, next channel, next.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? When you have passion about something, you can feel it. It's like when I train my agents, that's what I say. If people have to believe that you really believe in stuff you're talking about, if they don't, you'll lose them real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that is true. I somehow managed. So I have a metal rosary, right? And it's got a knot in it. And I don't know how it's got a knot in it.
I've had that happen.
Oh, Lord.
Is that one of those rugged rosaries, or?
I don't know. Someone gave it to me as a wedding, or their wedding present to me. I was the groomsman, I guess. It's like, hey, have a rosary. I'm like, okay. There. Got it undone.
I would like to say real quick, if you don't mind, just want to say I do agree with you on I really hope that everything works out well with Stephen Cox's new venture here. And I know I'll be supporting it, and, yeah, I wish him the best of luck with it.
Well, what I really hope is that it annoys people. So, like, just the more interaction it can get, even negative or positive, from people like myself, is actually going to be in the long term beneficial to them. Rather than like this glazed thing, all the cities, and we're like, oh, Stephen Cox, he's not mean to us. Oh, that's wonderful. It's like, no, guys. Sometimes you have to WWE your content world so it gets more people involved, and they keep listening to the same people over and over again, and you don't have stale content, because we are making imaginary wars, like what I tried to do several times with the Davis family and failed before I crashed out on them. And then it's like, okay, so I didn't go and watch Taylor Marshall because Sede Picante covered him. You're like, oh, I hope he covers him again. And then you make your own show covering Taylor Marshall. And then no one else watches Taylor, right? So it's like, that's how we chip away at these edifices. And like traditional Catholics, for some reason, are the most passive sheep-like people in the history of mankind. They all think the same exact thing. They all do the same exact shows. Every single show is the same show, as far as I can tell. Every show is what we're doing right now. Hey, camera. Hey, microphone. Do you have an opinion? Come on. What opinion show have you heard? An opinion that were like, I got to pause this and think about this. Unless I'm triggered, which happens all the time, but unless I'm triggered, I never pause anything. I played on times 2 speed and I don't care.
I like to watch stuff live. That's just my thing.
Okay.
But
I have like, so I follow like 3 different esports, so I never have like time because I'm dumb that way. And I always want to watch everything that's going on in these esports, so I have to watch things faster. You should do stale content. It's a lot easier to make. It's also penitential. Perfect for Lent and Ember days. If it's stale, then why are we doing it? Look, I put 10 hours into like each of the last week was 13 hours. No, 2 weeks ago was 13 hours. Last week was 10 hours. And this week was another like 8 or 9 hours of prep time into an hour and 15-minute show. Like, I had to find 3 different articles on the Tichondrous guy and read them in order to even know what Anthony Stein was talking about, what this Ratzinger was talking about. It's like, I don't know, maybe my audience would have wanted to know what this Tichondrous guy is. What's his name? I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
Tychonius.
Tychonius, yeah, there you go. How long did it take you, by the way, to do the Sanctus Ranch one, to get ready for that?
That was 13 hours.
13 hours?
It was 13 hours to do an hour and a half show or so.
Yeah.
This is why being single or this being your job is actually a thing. I wrote an article, I wrote an article last night. It took me 2 hours or something, just kind of on a whim. But like, that's 900 words with footnotes. It's not really that much. And then you're like, oh, we'll do a show. And it's like hours of prep. But how many hours of prep do you think Avoiding Babylon does? Anthony reads off his Twitter. He does less than an hour of prep per show. Like, his prep is whatever he saw on Twitter that day. It's terrible. That's why I don't like these shows. I'm going to die.
No, I would agree. You definitely spend a lot of time, and I doubt the Babylon guys, I doubt they spend too much time on it.
No, but Stephen Cox is going to turn this all against me because he has James on his side. James Green, by the way, I've said this before.
James Green, you need to come on here right now.
He is massively more talented than half of all the people in this space. To be able to write that much satire, like just to continually have to reinterpret it all through the mind into where's the funny in this story? Where's the funny? It's a actual skill, and like 90% of all people don't have that skill.
That one article he wrote on what the SSPX was the negotiations or the rules they were gonna do with negotiating with the Vatican, that was hilarious. Man, was that funny.
Yeah, it's like everybody has their different favorite James Green article. You just read it and then just laugh.
Or that North Carolina one. That's, what was it, South Carolina or somewhere was going to invade because of Bishop Martin in Charlotte, when they were shutting down the diocesan TLMs. That was a funny one.
Yeah. It makes you think. It makes you it pulls you out of the very obvious takes, like, oh, TLM is good, Bishop bad, Bishop should not do. Like, and that's what really annoys me, is so much of the content is so It's so obvious that when Taylor Marshall does a show, I've said this in the past, he does 5 minutes of show for 50 minutes of time. It's like, oh, did Pope Leo worship Pachamama? Do we know? Oh, that's bad. Okay, thank you. That was the show. Just do it all in a short and stop doing it live for an hour to collect super chats. Also, Stephen Cox needs to figure out how to do things live and collect super chats. Like you will make hundreds more dollars doing things live and collecting super chats. And if you use super tips, you'll collect like 10% more. And you'll get it. And you won't have to wait till the end of the month to get to be paid.
Are you volunteering to help Integrity Inc. with that project?
He can literally just sign up. It doesn't take that long, like 2 or 3 days to sign up.
I don't know, to be honest.
It's just through Stripe. I don't know. Yes, super tip. A super tip is not up because I don't have StreamYards running right now, and I didn't have super tip up recently just because it's a distraction to me to have to look back at the tabs. But yeah. But this is part of the larger conversation that needs to happen in the content creation space is how do you make content that keeps your viewers and fulfills the whole? See, the reason why I do the chill stream is just because there's no place except in comments where you can just go on a Say Day show and just talk to them. Okay?
Yeah.
Like I have a huge problem with Kevin Davis doing a show with Matt, and then he only talks to Matt. And then sometimes they look at the comments and half of the comments are complete trolls. You're like, you're there and you're like, there's, Bootlicker 669. Do you think Nick Fuentes has the right plan to save America from the invasion of Martians? You're like, well, why are you in the chat? Like, this is the only time that I agree with Dan Davis. You should just start banning people in chat. But you spawn the negativity from not being interactive with your chat.
Yeah, and I give you credit that you are more interactive with the chat than probably anyone else, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Wait, now you're Kevin Davis's top guy. Okay. What's going on here? I can never figure out what's going on with Tommy. The Esquire TLM Ryan. I have a secret fantasy about Esquire and TLM Ryan. But it has to do with them being like, okay, this isn't formulating properly in my head. So let's move on. But I do get these fantasies that people have these secret lives that they live, and that's not the way we do things normally. Uh-oh. Why is Esquire replying to me on the Twitters? So weird. Why do I have messages in my inbox? People message me live. Okay, Heart. Sorry. You can talk. Right here. Do you have anything to say, Mr. Nelson?
No, I think I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to pop on real quick and say hi. And
okay.
All righty. You have a good one.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on.
Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Do come on. Oh. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. You shouldn't say such things.
So there has been some news in the traditional world that the Transalpine Redemptorists, or as they are known, the Sons of the Most Holy Redeemer, they were founded by a priest called Father Michael Mary Sim, who was ordained by Archbishop Lefebvre on August 2nd, 1988. This is a group that has their centre in Scotland on an island called Papa Stronce.
Don't you just love that some people try to do an actual show like Robert Nugent, so he actually gives you the details? It's fantastic. Hein copium. Old Irish bloke. Da, 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 da.
Now they've come out and said, look, they can no longer accept Vatican II, and they're kind of leaving the canonical status in the church. So they're exiting the structures as it was. There will.
No, they left. Goodbye. 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 See you later. Isn't it the greatest thing in the world when people who sit there and complain about the structures of the church, and then someone leaves the church and they're like, oh, they left the church? Well, are we supposed to leave the church if we spend all day complaining about it? Oh, no. Transalpine Redemptorist versus the Cisalpine Redemptorist versus the non-Alpine Redemptorist versus Alpine Redemptorist. And it's the same exact picture with different color spreads, different hues. I need to stop drinking this stuff. It's got too much alcohol in it. Korean soju. Beer for people what like beer, right? James Green, why don't you come up? Oh man, no one ever wants to come up. I must be terrible or something. Though I actually have been asked to come up on other shows before, and I never do. I've done it like once, and then I was on this show, and I was like, "Oh, this is an embarrassment." Oh man,
right? Leaving the canonical structure of the church. Whatever your thoughts are on the whole traditional movement, there are now various different proliferations of different groups within the traditional movement. So you have the Society of St. Pius X, you have Archbishop Vigano's priests, communities, what he is doing on the side. You also have Bishop Williamson's bishops and their kind of structures and stuff that they've set up. You have the Sedevacantists.
I love the Google Translate for Sedevacantists. It's different every single time, so you can never ever know. Oh. See, this is the funny thing that is. I love this argument against the Sedes because it's kind of true, but it's also kind of true like everywhere else right now in the world as well. Like, what is the GOP? Like, oh, ask a different person, you get different answers. Like, everything is this way now. It's always so weird to me whenever it's presented. The one thing I actually think would be interesting, and I don't know if Cox has thought this through because I don't talk to him like that on that level, but if he's actually going to try and get some of the, because he has the writers for like the WM review working with them, which is like, he pretty much doesn't need anybody else with those two. But if he's going to actually post content from traditional priests on the matters, see, the nice thing that it's going to be, I'm just thinking this through, right, is if instead of being on this totalist versus thesis divide, where, like, you know, the SSPV excommunicate everybody else, Seymour excommunicate everybody else, Stephen Heiner excommunicates everybody else, the Church of Stephen Heiner. If Cox is actually angling to be the neutral platform, which is what he's actually angling to do, if he will actually be able to solve some of the debates between the Sedes by not being a Sede, that would be very funny. Yes, the Cox Sede. It's a new form of Sedevacantism. It is this idea that the Cox is the Catholic Church. The Cox Church. No. The USSBB CCB. United States S Conference of Catholic Bishops. United States Super Conference of Catholic Bishops. Yes. Yeah, this is why it's I get part of the reason why everything triggers me is exactly this. half of the Novus Ordos are in denial that they are in union with the Alphabet Agenda. They literally are in union with the Alphabet Agenda since Francis. And so because of that, when I listen to them and they're in denial of this, because they like Sedes, believe in this material formal thesis that they just haven't figured out they believe in. Therefore, they accept that Leo is the material pope, but he formally cannot make these religious actions because that would require him the formal power. But he's only it's like the level of autism they need to have isn't high enough to know about the Cassiciacum thesis. And at this point, every single Novus Ordo should just be a Cassiciacum thesis person. All the Sedes should become totalists, and all the traditionalists in the Novus Ordo should become Cassiciacum thesis holders. That's what should actually happen. I know we're going to have the second Salic Council. I've been trying to make Cox leave me alone for so long, and it keeps on coming back to me. It's so weird. Literally trying to like stay an infant child in my sister's basement. Can you be neutral? I could, but it's not as funny. Like, but the problem, Jerome, is if I don't have an opinion on it, then why am I streaming? I don't have to stream. I can go play video games. I can go do laundry. I can write my book. I can work on music, but I wouldn't be streaming them. So, like, if we want to stream, we have to have some form of controversy, or we have to have some form of content. So, like, I don't know what we do. Honestly, I don't know what we're supposed to be able to do. Otherwise, like, we can be adults and just pray more, but like I already got most of my prayer said today. Like I take care of that before I stream. The Cox is Vagante. No. United States Super Conference. It's a super conference because it's always got to be more than the other thing. Not me talking about Cox. Can Cox be neutral about all this? Apparently, you see, but. From a tactical viewpoint, it's better for the Sedes to be friendly with the people that are friendly to us. And since Cox isn't trolling us, it's good for us to be friendly with Cox. Now, we draw the line where we endorse his work because it's beneficial to us as a tactical thing, but only as a tactical thing. Because he attends, I guess, independent parishes. He's a material Sede, but since Sedevacantism isn't a dogmatic thing, are we just being autistic Sedes by demanding adherence to a position? And this is one of these things that I go back and forth. Every different person who talks to me, I agree with them on that. You talk about, do you want to be friends with everyone? Do we want to have Dan Davis apologizing to Anthony Abate? I go back and forth. I listen to what he says and I think about it and like, yeah, it's a good idea. And then I go on to Twitter and I see Tommy taking shots at Abate and I'm like, no, I think Tommy's right now. We should just attack him relentlessly. And then you listen to Father Geckel talk and like, oh yeah, okay, I agree with him. It's like certain amount of life, I really don't have a strong opinion. I just kind of whatever I feel that day just say. Because I don't know that it's a perfect thing, that like we can perfectly nail down the tactics to defeat the evil church and get the new church in. Like the whole Tychonius thing, for example. Isn't that a really good idea, though, to get the idea of this evil anti-church inside of the real church, and the real church has to leave the evil anti-church to purify it and to isolate it so it can be fought? Like you could go with that idea. I just don't know like how that would work out. But like that is an idea you could go. Stream your gameplay, I'd watch it. I'm bad at games though. And it's embarrassing to me. I don't want to form an alliance with anyone. If you form alliances, you have to do work. You have to do stuff. And I already do too much stuff. I don't even think I should be streaming as much as I stream. It's just I don't see other people streaming. And I want there to be a Sede talk show where it's just not the usual suspects, where every show isn't Kevin Davis and Mario Dirksen. Like even Verrecchio streaming when he did Brian McCall at one point, I think. No, it wasn't Brian McCall. It was Catholic Family News. I thought that was a great show because Verrecchio's a very good presenter of traditional ideas. I thought it was great, but like it happened once. It's like there's not a lot of play going on here. So like there is a problem in the Sede world where we don't have enough dumb content that's easily accessible and then highly interactive. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What? Sede Peacock say? No, I'm bad at games though. And besides, I mostly play on the PS5. No, okay. James, you love AI and all, but it's absolutely awful. No. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, you're ANCAP and Sede. There's 2 of us that I know of, maybe 3. And then the rest of us are just sympathetic because we are disenchanted with other positions. Those very few high-level Sede discussions you guys have been having are very important. I barely understand it all, but you're right. There's nothing like that taking place in the mainstream media. This is part of the problem, which, like, the diversity of the area is something just has to be worked on. It's I don't know how you fix it. Because there's also temperaments. Like, it's harder for me to listen to Father Geckel because Father Geckel is a very mild temperament. I'd love to listen to Father Geckel in real life, but not on a TV screen. Like, it's harder to listen to some people on a TV screen. I don't know why. Oh, man. I'm avoiding I want to avoid this topic because there is so much controversy about this guy. Stephen Spray spends his time trying to debunk everything, apparently. And he just, like, snipes targets, and so he was attacking Fatima. And I haven't taken the time to verify everything he said, but Father Lavery was livid about it. So, like, I'm scared of this topic because it's like I don't want to go ahead and start a war, but or like, you know, really be like, oh, you know, Stephen Spray has a smart mind, and then all of a sudden you have these CMRI priests bombing you from all out there. You're like, no, you don't know the sources, and I know the sources, and I don't have time to tell you about all the sources, but you're wrong. And it's like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. No. We don't want more AI. AI content is the death of content. I'd go on, but I'm on the road. Home in 20 minutes. The Catholic Crusader films, like there's an adult in the samurai conversation who rarely gets time. I mean, this is another problem with doing a chill stream on Pacific time at 7 in the evening, because then it's 10 o'clock on the Eastern Seaboard. It needs to be 6 o'clock on the Eastern Seaboard, or 7 o'clock on the Eastern Seaboard. So, like, I have the late night show, essentially, or the late night show, not late. And, you know, just because of where I live. And that's a problem for content. Again, this is a problem for content. Kevin Davis is going to get up in 1 hour and see that this thing was on. So it's like, the timeline needs to be synced to the point that the California and Washington Sedes, the Pacific time Sedes, they stream until the German Sedes get up, or the Australian Sedes get up. It's like, I ate all the candy corn. All of it's gone. Every bit of it. Yes, this is all true. Everything you said is true, Mr. Green. Maybe the death of content is a good thing. Yeah, it is. It could be. It probably would be. Have you considered that some of this is over-intellectualization? I always over-intellectualize everything. Ideas are individualized, they divide, and they hold us back from Christ. But the difference is that some people have to work out the ideas, and a lot of people work out the ideas by talking about them. So if you don't have someone to talk to about your ideas, you have a hard time to work them out. And that actually holds, I think it really holds people back. I know that when I go working with my brothers, I'll oftentimes talk through the episodes I'm editing and kind of gauge their reactions a little bit. They mostly ignore me. But by talking about it, it actually helps me to see how I could do it better. Kevin Davis doesn't sleep. He waits. What? I actually wrote a book on AI and the metaphysical issue at hand. It makes it really interesting when I hear folks talk about it. You're not wrong about the death of content. Yeah, that's why the satiricism of content has become interesting to me in the last 3 years. Even though, what chapter am I on? I'm on chapter 11 of 14 of my fantasy book. And it's not entirely satisfactory, so when I probably release the rough draft, I'll probably rewrite it again. But the satiricism of content makes a lot more sense when you realize everything in the world is satirical. Like Trump being an America First person is satirical. And speaking of satire, let's listen to this clip from Father Larry.
I can't take these Catholic men who think they're more Catholic than the Pope.
I can't take these Catholic men who think they're more Catholic than the Pope. You're not. You could also get a microphone that didn't reverb to death.
You're not. Your job is to die for the Pope.
Your job is to die for the Pope. Huh. When did we become the Swiss Guard? I'm going to die for the Pope. You're like, you know the Pope's 5,000 miles away across the sea? No, I'm going to die for him right now. And nothing you can do is going to stop me. I think it's 8,000 from where I live. Oh. Okay, buddy. You go ahead and you die for the Pope.
Instead of going against you and saying, he's not my kind of Pope. Nobody asked you.
He's not my kind of Pope. Nobody asked you. Who says he's not my kind of Pope? This is the thing I want to know. Where are all the people online saying, yeah, I mean, this Pope, if he had longer hair, then he would be the Pope? Or if he rode a unicycle with a bear, then he would be the Pope. Because that's my kind of Pope. What? The reason we don't like him is because he has heretical teachings. It's no, but you don't really understand heresy. Well, then, do I really understand faith at all? The Pope is 5,000. Yeah, but he's 5,000 miles in the other direction. Oh, Michael II. Ayo. What? No. The spicy seat is the spicy seat regardless. If you were Catholic, then you'd be my Pope. My kind of Pope happens to be Catholic. My kind of Pope happens to read Chesterton.
And nobody cares. The God of the universe.
Nobody asked you and nobody cares. Why are you talking about it?
Nobody asked you. And nobody cares.
I love it. The Americanist, or not Americanist, the metaphor, the way Americans use metaphors nowadays, like literally nobody cares about you. You're like, so just really, really nobody cares about me. Yes, really, really. But I use the words literally and nobody, meaning there's not a single human being in the entire world who cares. And by that, I mean really, really, really. Like really times 10. People get so far. But this is the kind of content that I'd love to review because he's passionate. He wants to go to war. He wants to burn stuff down. I can get behind this. Yeah, this is the sad fact of the matter. Nobody really cares. Except for our good friend Jimmy Martin. Hey, yo, here's another thing I don't like about the a lot of Trad Inc. I don't find Jimmy Martin that much of a turnoff. I find him to be annoying. But I don't think of him as this evil Hellboy said by Mario Dixon. Evil Jimmy Martin. No, he's kind of boring, actually. Oh no.
God of the universe, when he made him Pope, did not ask your opinion.
The God of the universe made your Pope. He didn't ask your opinion.
He's the one with the keys to the kingdom. And you support him or you get the hell out of the church.
I'm out. I don't want to be a part of your church. Okay, thank you. I thought the point of the church was to get everybody in. If you don't like what we're doing here, get out of our church. Get out of the church, will you? You're like, okay, we'll leave. Stop yelling at us. Man, what's it gotta be like this for? Who isn't, though? I know, the Synodal Church, if you can't accept that the Pope is the keys of the kingdom, which he has in the Synodal Church too, by the way, there's a... if he were Pope, I would agree with him. Wait, what's it? Okay, so the Novus Ordo Watch clip, right? They're speaking in German, and when I first started watching this, the auto dub was on. I'm not sure why the auto dub is on. This blows my mind.
Welcome to another video. This time, I have the pleasure and honor of interviewing Mario Duran from Novus Auto Watch.
Mario Duran from Novus Auto Watch?
Welcome to another video. This time, I have the pleasure and honor of interviewing Mario Duran from Novus Auto Watch.
Mario Duran from Novus Auto Watch.
Very happy to do so. And if you'd like, could you briefly introduce yourself? Yes, of course. Thank you very much for inviting me. Good day, dear viewers. My name is Mario Dirksen. Let me see. Yes, I am, in fact, the founder and the current publisher of the website called Novus Auto Watch.
The auto dub thinks this is a car commercial or something. Oh, yes, I do the Novus Auto Watch. Meanwhile, it just turns out that half of all the people online are Germans. How come this is the way it is? Audio track English. Let's listen to some Dirksen's German.
Herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Video. Ich habe die Freude und Ehre, dieses Mal Mario Dirksen von Novus Auto Watch interviewen zu dürfen. Es freut mich sehr und wenn du möchtest, könntest du dich mal kurz vorstellen.
Ja, gerne. Vielen Dank für die Einladung. Schönen guten Tag, liebe Zuschauer. Mein Name ist Mario Dirksen. Ich bin der, wie soll man sagen, der Gründer und derzeitige Herausgeber der Webseite Novus Ordo Watch auf novusordowatch.org.
Everyone's a German. What is up with this? Kevin Davis is a German. I'm a German. Novus Ordo Watch is a German. Everyone's a German. No. No. Jawohl, guten Tag. No. I know. The best part about German, Americans have a better German than German, is my experience of German. So when I was in Germany once and I was listening to the Germans talk German, it sounds horrible. And then when I'm in America and I'm listening to the German students speak German, it's beautiful. Americans speaking German is the most beautiful language ever. Stephen Cox. Oh, I wonder where the name Cox comes from. Is he German? Where's Grandma Mary Ellen? Mary Ellen. Copy, paste. I see this. Put this up. This is my grandmother on my dad's side, so my dad's mom. German, last name Marx. If you want to know where the German comes from, that's who gave it to us. Thanks a lot, Grandma. Rest in peace. Yes, Bavaria. German bishops really do whirl around. No. The next time Mario Dirksen is live with Kevin Davis, you need to ask him this. And you just need to keep asking him this until you get banned. I love it when people are actually intelligent and know other languages, and you're like a retarded American and you make fun of it. Do you remember when Mario and Novus Org award many years ago, which is most heretic of the year? Someone got mad at him and told him to stop doing it. Well, yeah, but see, part of the problem is your audience expects a product from you. So on the podcasts I watch, generally the way I podcast, they're inflammatory, aggressive, they say bad things about people, and that's what I want. Mario Dirksen, when he does a podcast, most of the time he's very academic, he's very black and white, he's very correct, he fits an exact role perfectly. And then every once in a while he decides that he doesn't want to do that, and it's very strange whenever he breaks out of character. So I do think that also people do randomly, when you're a content creator, you randomly get people who are mad at you. It's the weirdest thing in the world. And I had a sibling tell me, like, hey Michael, they're trolling you, don't pay attention. Like, why are people getting mad at me? I'm triggered, I'm Sede Picante. It's like, yeah, you're an idiot for getting triggered by random people on the internet. Oh, I'm dumb. Mein Dades from how do you say Germany in German? I don't know. He just said it, not me. Okay, let's get back to
We need to work for unity.
We need to work for unity. How can you work for unity when the unity of the church is via communion and the profession of faith and submission to the Pope? Okay.
Don't call yourself a Catholic and support division.
Don't call yourself a Catholic and support division. So does that mean you can't vote for Trump? Right? I mean, you can't be divided. You can't like the Texas Rangers or the Los Angeles Dodgers. You can only like one of them. No mad, me no like mad, me like funny. I like funny. Und das heißt German Fleiß. Ja. I love German. I wish I could speak German, but I have a really bad brain for languages, which is one of the reasons why I don't try to learn languages. He just goes.
Christ cannot be divided.
So if Christ cannot be divided and we have to work for unity, does the working for unity mean the working to become holy? Or are we just like making up things and just spitting them out?
And if you and I are Jesus Christ, we support one another.
Wait, so he can't be divided, but if we are both God, then we can't be divided. And nobody asked us, and if you don't like this, get out. You see, this guy's insane. Like, he's got so much anger built up in him that for the next 10 minutes is going to be nothing but him just flat out contradicting himself.
We build up one another and we stop condemning one another.
We stop condemning one another, except for the part where I told you, if you don't like what we're doing, get out. Do we not see a problem here? I love this guy. Do we have auto into German? I say autos. Not auto subtitle. Oh, I don't see where it is. Damn it. Oh, maybe we could translate this into German. I love that this video only got 115 views as well. More people probably saw this live in real life than on the internet. Oh, why is he not a Catholic? Because he's not a Catholic priest. Oh.
And again, if you want to do it, then do it. But don't call yourself a Catholic and work for division, because you're not.
Huh.
You have separated yourself from the Holy Catholic Church, because there's only one Christ.
You have separated yourself from the Holy Catholic Church if you work for division. I don't even know what we're talking. What kind of division? Dividing the day into hours, the prayers into liturgical hours, the day into morning and night? Like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about faith? Are we talking about heresy? Are we talking about division? Who goes to? What's going on here? We don't know. Like, I hate how I can never understand what these people are talking about. Just do it. Just divide yourself. I remember reading a book by this guy when going to Quo Vadis days, discernment time for teenagers. Upon reflection, everything he wrote had a hint of passive aggressive and resentful. I tell you, there's always so much resentment in this world, and myself included in that, by the way. If you can't tell, like, why other people making progress in the world bothers me, it's partially just because of my own autism. By the way, this is true of a lot of people, by the way. A lot of people who think too much find themselves incapable of accurately expressing their thoughts and reach certain levels of frustration, which causes them to lash out. And sometimes I think that's why I don't like other people that I don't agree with. Because, like, I've talked to Stephen Cox on the phone now 3 different times or something, maybe 4. I don't know. And he's been on the show. He's not like a person who comes at me and attacks me. And everything he says that annoys me, he's been right about. So it's like, well, then why do you got to fight Cox? They're like, because he doesn't believe 100% of what you said. Oh, no, division. Cox, get out of my church. Get out of my church. It's like, okay. You're just being retarded. He's right about attitudes against charity being wrong, right? I met him when I was 8. But James, you're always a 10 in my book, so you've never met this priest. What? No, I don't want to use AI tools. I literally copy and paste. I download videos, I open up VideoPad, and I copy and I cut and paste everything. I hate AI because I think, first off, I don't want to learn how to use it because I'm offended by it, because I'm a very proud and selfish person. Again, like, if you're going to stream, every single thing you do is wrong. Sometimes that's actually what I think. It's kind of like you got to drink a beer and get over it, because otherwise you're just lost. Which is why some people are actually really good at streaming, because nothing hits them. It just goes over them. You have separated yourself from the one church. Never tell what church it is.
We don't have to agree with each other.
We don't have to agree with each other.
What? Only one Christ. We don't have to agree with each other. Do you agree with me on all things? No, Father, we hate you.
Yay! We hate you! We hate you!
Join the crowd.
Join the crowd. We're in the crowd. We're happy over here, man. This is fantastic. Let's see. What if we type in the word mama? Come on. Mama.
But how can we react when he, the Pope, goes against Jesus and the saints, for example, with the Pachamama statue on the altar of St. Peter's? Okay.
How do we react against the Pope when he goes with the Pachamama statue on the altar is St. Peter. Oh boy. Let's listen to some Pope-splaining.
First of all, the Pachamama statue, you have no idea what he was doing. You're just listening to some nutcase.
First of all, the Pachamama statue, you have no idea what he's doing. You're just listening to a nutcase. So, okay. Classic rhetoric. Hey, there's a problem here. You don't know that that's a problem. What's wrong? You have an opinion? I love analyzing this stuff because there's so little substance that it becomes funny. Because whenever you see someone who's really smart, someone who can always add another caveat, another like footnote to everything they say, you're like, okay, this person's smart. So like, I'm not talking to TLM Ryan about legal stuff because he's like, I forget what he is. And accounting with, what's the other guy's name that we used to have on? They used to be our friend before he deleted most of his Twitter. Majorian, right? I'm not talking to Majorian about accounting because I know he knows more than me about it. So if I talk to him about it, I'm going to look stupid no matter what I say. But then when you talk to someone who's got a degree in theology and his answer is, you don't know what's going on? Like, you got something? Who thinks he's got something? I don't.
And their interpretation of that. You want to know the team? Instead of sitting there judging the Pope of the Church, read what he said. Most of you have.
Yeah, we did, and he was very happy about the indigenous religion and the indigenous religious experience. Did you read what he said? There's Phil. Hey, Phil. Phil doesn't like to stream with us. He's too good for us. We were actually going to review, if we ran out of like content to watch, which we're pretty close to doing, we were going to review David Ross's album, but it's so bad. It's like, it's kind of charming in a bad sort of way.
The church, read what he said. Most of you have judged the Pope without ever reading a document. You listen to Raymond Aurora. Are you kidding me? Raymond Aurora has zero, none, zilch theology.
Hey, Father Larry, what about driving through a red light when your wife's about to give birth to a baby? Have you ever given birth to a baby? No, I'm the guy in the relationship. How would you even know what a red light is if you've never given birth to a baby? Sorry I asked. Why? I'm in trouble now for asking a question. I'm sorry. I'd like to apologize for asking a question. I was confused when you said this is the Q&A section. I meant to believe this was the shut up and don't ask questions session. No. I would say if you would learn to type, his handwriting is terrible. I've handwritten many letters, let me know. The only good thing I've ever done with women is writing them handwritten letters. Whether they were ever able to read them, we don't know. Usually we don't get that far in the relationship.
Anything that comes out of his mouth.
This is 2000. This is April 2025, so a year ago and a month. At least it was uploaded then.
He is not the teacher of the Roman Catholic faith. And yet some of you listen to him as if he's God.
No, I think we listened to Raymond Arroyo as if he was a news reporter reporting on a news topic on a television show, which is designed to give you stories. That's what I think we do with Raymond Arroyo.
Stop it, don't be stupid. You read what the Pope says. In his latest book called Dare to Dream, he explains.
Dare to Dream? What is this, a Martin Luther King book? I had a dare to a dream. And in this latest book, he said, when I was a kid growing up on the streets of Harlem, we would have been happy to have a Pachamama statue. Like, what? I know. Like, at least Raymond Royal isn't screaming at you. Like, there's being passionate, but then there's just being triggered. This guy is triggered. This is wonderful.
Explains Pachamama, stupid. He explains what is of God and how you can say what's of the devil.
He explained what is of God and how you can say what's of the devil. So your answer to why did Francis put Pachamama on the altar is, did you read his book? This sounds like a bad advertisement for a grifter. Oh man. Well, it's a constant source of embarrassment. This is one thing that really bugs me about TLM Ryan and everybody else. Like, just everybody else just bugs me. It's like, how many things have to go wrong before you're like, oh, this thing is going wrong? Like, who knows? Like, because I really don't think that human beings are so self-destructive that you would like enter into an abusive relationship because you wanted to find love. I just don't think human beings believe that. I think human beings enter into relationships because they believe that they can actually have a positive relationship. Unless they're like just addicted. But like that's the impulse I always get from the Novus Ordo, and even the siblings who are in the Novus Ordo sometimes. It's like, no, you just have to believe it. Like, okay, and if it hurts you, well, then you just have to accept it. Okay, and if it's bad because everyone says it's bad, well, then you just have to like diminish the badness. It's like, you got to do a better job explaining it, because all I'm getting is red flags saying that you're in Stockholm syndrome. Huh.
Read what the Pope says, because he is the one who has the keys to get you in or keep you out of heaven.
Read what the Pope says, because the Pope has the keys to get you into heaven. Why doesn't the Pope just use the keys to get everybody into heaven then? Like, what's the problem here? Why are we reading at all? Just open the doors. Well, why do we have to read? What is the Pope running a magazine called Integrity Magazine that has the keys to the kingdom of heaven? You only get in if you subscribe to Integrity Magazine, or I won't let you in with the keys. Like, what? Is he this like pretentious little egocentric maniac just going, oh no, I could let you into heaven. Oh, think about it. Maybe if you sweeten the deal for me a little bit and read my book, and you can buy it on Amazon for only $9.95. Maybe I'll let you into heaven. Like, what is this? Doesn't the Pope love us? Doesn't God love us? Doesn't he want us to be happy? Like, this is Sailor content. That's what it's a chill stream. It's a non-produced stream. That's what Sailor content is.
So read it, read the document. Don't listen to these nutcases. You know what? Let me give you something real here.
Wait, so your answer was read something else. So you didn't actually have an answer? Your answer was, I don't have an answer. Okay. Let me just be honest. Like, why we gotta be this coy playing game where like, I can't tell you what's going on? Why would I do that? Oh no, I pressed you have to press chapters, not chapters. Oh, I exit that. Open the transcript. By the way, anyone who ever wants to do a setup contest, just learn how to use the transcript. We'll get you everything you need. Refresh that because now I messed it up.
Oh, you can say what's up.
This is what Wampa Fat does this to me every single time. He's like, "Hey, Sandy P, you better start grifting. There's viewers." It's like, yeah, but there's more to life than grifting and watching viewer counts. There's also trying to lure people onto your stream to make more content. Like, no one wants to come up. They want to sit back there. Like, I understand that I'd rather sit behind this, not be on stream, and like snipe TLM Ryan with mean comments. But oh well. I wanted to cover Taylor Marshall next week, so I wasn't going to get to quote father, unquote Larry. But man, oh man. Oh. Do.
Have a nice day.
Oh. This is my favorite line. My mother, my whole childhood growing up, my mother used to complain to me and say, every single homily is be good and have a nice day. Then we have this clip.
Have a nice day.
Let's do a
Easy one.
Yeah, let's do an easy one.
Have a nice day. Ah, isn't that wonderful? It's like the essence of like 90% of my experience in the Novus Ordo religion was be good, have a nice day. Okay, let's see this.
Why would they have some nutty person talk about how bad the Pope is? Why don't they have Father Larry Richards come and debate with them the other side?
Why don't they have a platforming of the other side? And of course he's going to say, as we see in the transcript, because they'll lose. They're going to lose. Maybe the reason why you don't have the debate, because by the way, with Martin Luther, Cardinal literally did debate him by letter. They literally wrote out long correspondences and tried to come to a conclusion and an agreement on the interpretation of things. That's the actual way the church does things. Could it be our totalist enemy? Catholic Crusader Films, enemy of the show. Welcome to the show. What's that, man?
I'm always ready to take on one of those darn theses.
I don't know. It's so embarrassing to be a part of the thesis half the time now. It's just embarrassing. Like, have you seen the everyone's just slowly blocking Father Levery, and his replies are getting longer?
Okay. I had to kill the YouTube. I was getting double feed on the audio.
Yeah, that happens. The one thing I don't understand, and I've gotten mad at thesis people for this too, is they have actually, and when I came to this realization, I kind of lost my mind for a few days. So the reason I don't like the totalists is because I think the totalist argument means that there is a universal, infinite amount of jurisdiction that comes from Pius XII. Okay, hold that thought. If the thesis is correct, that same position has to be correct in an even worse way. Pius XII has to be empowering all of the fake cardinals too, and all the fake popes too.
Well, the only alternative is the Home Alone.
Yeah.
There's no jurisdiction anywhere, and so
yeah.
I'm just gonna read my mass prayers at home and pray my rosary. I knew a few people like that.
So, like, but the actual logic of the thesis, because it's infinite, right? That's what the big problem is. The infinite problem with thesis is the way it is stated is an infinite amount of material jurisdiction because we have to have cardinals because Pope Pius XII said so. So therefore, Pope Pius XII, the last real pope, extends an infinite amount of cardinals. How is that any position when you're arguing against the totalists? It's ridiculous.
Well, how did they select a pope before the cardinal system was set up? That's ecclesiastical law. I mean, there was a time when there were no cardinals. Then how did they elect a pope then? You know, this whole cardinal thing presupposes that's the only way it could ever be done or was ever done.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I just don't know. Sometimes these thesis people, they haven't really finished thinking through the problem. They stopped halfway through and said, "That's it for me. I'm right." And then Father Lavery opens a can on them. And it's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing.
Well, I think part of the problem, and I've said this before, so this is kind of a repeat, but they came out of the Society of St. Pius X, and they have not totally severed that recognize and resist mindset. So they're trying to have one foot in recognize and resist and one foot in seed vacantism and trying to split the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, this is kind of an aside. The project I'm working on right now is the talk over the imperfect council. So I'm working on a video. The script is coming along nicely, but it's kind of an involved subject. So, I mean,
Yeah, it is a difficult subject, but I wish that everyone would just work on that problem, because there's actually light at the end of the road, regardless of whether you're totalist or thesis. There's light at the end of the road, and with trad ink crumbling around Leo, it's a really good time just simply to say, well, what if we just made us up an actual Catholic? But like, what if you didn't have to be in a spiritually abusive relationship with someone who's denying Catholic faith? Like, whoa, it's a great time for that argument.
But there's a lot of problems, and I support the idea and think it could be done, but there's always a but. There's a lot of problems that have to be ironed out first. If you had, say, 50% of the trads have an imperfect council and elect a pope, but the other 50% didn't, you're just going to create division. So I think the bishops should get together, and there's tons of questions they need to work out before they even get to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the point is that even from a thesis perspective, which I hold, though I guess I'm not really that much of a thesis person anymore, since I don't hold it dogmatically. I don't hold anything dogmatically, though, because I'm a philosophy major. Like these people that studied theology for one day and then they hold every single theological position dogmatically. It blows my mind.
So, as a philosophy guy, can you tell me if a tree falls in the forest, does it make any sound?
Yes, the tree makes a sound.
Because
the sound is a physical reality. No, it's an irrelevant sound, but
I was asked that question by a guy who was taking philosophy, and my answer to him was, ask that question to someone who stepped on a landmine. You gotta watch out for those philosophy guys.
Yeah, there's problems with philosophy, but
I'm probably too strong there, because you do need some philosophy. If you have no philosophy, then you're an idiot.
Well, yeah, Matthew Theo actually undid the thesis, and he never understood this, and it blew my mind. When you say that all bishops are equal to laymen in authority, you're saying that all authority is from the substance of the church. That's the totalist position. But that was a thesis person saying that.
Yes.
Because the totalist position is you must be attached to the substance of the church to have jurisdiction. They're not attached to the substance of the church. Yes. Therefore, they don't even have material jurisdiction. And a stupid thesis person said that as a backbiting comment to a totalist. You conceded the whole position. Lay people don't have a consecration, bishops do. Therefore, the bishops have jurisdiction according to their role in the church. They just don't have ordinary jurisdiction. And then the thesis person's like, no, but it has to be ordinary. It's like, okay.
Supplied jurisdiction is jurisdiction.
Yes. Like, what does it tell you? Thesis people will shoot themselves in the foot 3 or 4 times a day, and they don't even understand why they're bleeding.
Well, I don't watch Bishop Sanborn on a regular basis. I think I had, sometimes when I'm doing a video and I was trying to find clips for my video, I watched more Bishop Sanborn than I should have to. But the last video I watched of his, it just sort of irritated me. He was criticizing the Feast of St. Joseph the Worker. He wants ordinary jurisdiction, but then the last pope with ordinary jurisdiction, he's going to disregard his laws. I mean, if you're going to use the pre-55 liturgy, why do you need a pope if you're going to disregard his liturgy? Just, I know Pius XII, he's a valid pope, and he decreed a liturgy to be used as a law of the church, but I don't like it. I prefer the old stuff,
I know. Why don't we throw out Leo the 13th, the first half of Rerum Novarum, because it's friendly to the free market?
Well,
why don't we?
I mean, Kennedy Hall, I don't know if you watched, I'm sure you did. Kennedy Hall, in one of his videos, said that, was it?
The one where he
Pius
covered in
IX.
blaspheming? Yeah.
No, he said Pius IX made an error in the document declaring the Assumption.
Yeah, that was the document that after the video.
The Immaculate Conception. I forget. I mean,
no, it was. It was
I think it was the Immaculate
yeah, it was the dogmatic declaration of the Immaculate Conception. I lost my mind and deleted my channel after I watched that video.
I mean, that was bad. And if you can recognize and resist all the people you call valid popes since Vatican II, what's to stop you from stopping there? Why not go back and let's resist Pius X?
Yeah.
That is what Kwasniewski did.
The Quad.
Yeah. But so many people cannot figure out whether they're Kwasniewskiites or Thesisites, because the Suspects is all thesis people, as far as I can tell. They
It's
just
whatever
don't. They're just in denial of it.
It's whatever's convenient at the moment.
What's up, chicken?
Hey, how are you guys? Can someone explain to me what happened with Spire? Because I saw Lavery have a long tweet thing about him, but I'm like, when did Spire jump off the deep end, or did he not jump off the deep end? Lavery was just getting a little bit too nuts about it.
Do you want to answer, Gregory, or are you the one that's name is Gregory? Or is that Radtred Anthony?
That's Radtred.
Okay, that's
I give my first name. I'm Louis.
Okay, get the name on. Do you want to answer that, Louis, or you want me to answer it?
Well, I didn't really. I'm not on the Twitter like everyone else, so I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm on Twitter. I just don't spend hours on Twitter.
Oh,
I have an account. I have an account, but hardly use it.
Oh, darn, chicken dropped off. But anyway, Stephen Spire went through what Stephen Spire did was Stephen Spire went through different sources, the negative sources on Fatima, and then he just assumed, I guess, that those ones were true. And then he just pointed out that if you take those sources to be true, that then Fatima is pretty much fake and made up.
Wow, that's a old call, to say the least.
Yeah. That's how it seemed to me, but I haven't looked at the sources. Like, it's one of the things that you have to actually know the sources and go through it. So,
but I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but didn't Pius the 11th okay or everything, or was it Benedict the 14th at that time?
A Pope did. I'm not sure. Isn't Fatima on the liturgical calendar?
Yeah, that's what I mean by essentially if there's a universal discipline or a universal feast day set up in honor of it, the church can't be wrong in that regard.
I am going to get myself in trouble here. The CMRI, growing up as a kid, they one of the ways they referred to themselves as Fatima Crusaders, because it came out of the Blue Army originally.
Seeds.
Francis Schuckart came out of the Blue Army, so they're Fatima Crusaders. I remember I asked a question about Fatima, and I just about had my head taken off. But even if you have a question, say, this thing doesn't seem quite right. To me, the ultimate authority is the church approved it. If it's on the liturgical calendar, then it's not really open for.
Phil.
Yeah,
Phil, you need to not be here when you have the other guests on. Like, you should have come on when there weren't any other guests, because now we're actually discussing
You want
theology.
to set up things. Took a while to set up things. Sorry.
Are we turning this into Prague talk?
Oh,
no.
Should we start Sailacast and then just leave this stream? Let them.
All right, I'm listening. I'm learning.
Okay.
Oh, you're learning. Okay.
Well,
as I spin up a Ninja Creamy ice cream here.
I'm learning with you.
Well, but isn't half of the problems with Fatima just like the supposed third secret, that therefore whatever position you want, that's what the third secret says, including the Ratzinger
what did the fake
Tychonius position?
What would be my one objection to Fatima? But again, I accept Fatima, and because the church does, that's my my baseline. But if you're going to make an argument, you say, how can you?
I only accept
Fatima when
the
you don't know
third
what it
fake
is?
Lucia.
If something is a secret, you're going to say, I accept this, even though there's a secret, I don't know what it is. How can you accept something if you don't know what it is? That was the question that got me in trouble.
I accept all secrets.
But again, I accept it because the church endorsed it, and that is my.
Yeah, I mean, that should be sufficient.
Okay. But did you like the take I made on last stream with Tychonius? And Ratzinger actually wrote the third secret, and he wrote himself into the third secret.
He's a
That
Donatist.
Ratzinger was, yeah.
I think my favorite part about that episode, if I'm remembering that episode right, was the were you there when they brought out the donut song?
Were you there when they brought out the donuts?
It has the right syllables too. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. They're literally getting Donatists as interpretations.
Were you there?
I can't. What's wrong with Anthony Stein? Can't he do research before he covers topics?
He does though sometimes. Like, that's the thing. It's like sometimes he does do, and sometimes he doesn't. Like, but I feel like at least Stein over the 4 or 5 years has slowly come to at least respect like the Sede Vacante position. And like I have a pretty low bar. I'm like, that's good enough for me. Like, I think you guys were talking about like the potential of like an imperfect general council and like how to get elected, like, how a pope could get elected. But it's like one of those things where I do think we do have to have like a general movement toward the recognition of, Sede Vacante. And that's where I'm like, I think the thesis people are right in the sense that like these men have to like abdicate essentially have to recognize that they're part of a religion and abdicate like their any claims. And then that will just leave a universal recognition.
And then
it's
like, hey,
move from there.
It's good enough for me,
C is for cookie, and it's good enough for me.
It's good enough for me. Yeah. Good enough effort. I don't know. I didn't do it.
Good try, good effort. That's the meme you're looking for.
One of the objections to Sede Vacantism is, I said, who has the authority to declare that a pope is invalid? I mean, even all the cardinals together voting in unison cannot depope a legitimate pope. No one is above him. So how do you depope?
But what if he offends Dr. Kwasniewski?
Nobody can depope like I do, Pope.
I mean, the question is, I mean, like, do these men, I mean, I guess it depends on how you attack the question, right? Because, like, Sanborn would attack it from the setting of these men are validly elected, but they have an impediment, you know, their desire to promulgate a false religion that blocks them from acceptance, right? So
I
you're not.
was de-poping popes before any one of you were even on board.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying this is an answer. This is just a thought to think about.
Uh-huh.
If there is a pope and there's some shenanigans, maybe there's some bribes or some kind of strong arming, any defect that there might be in the election is cured through the universal and peaceful acceptance of the pope.
So Father or Sir Sanborn would agree with that. The issue is that he would say UPA does not remedy an invalid acceptance.
So what I was getting to was if that makes all the problems, you know, go away. What about universal and peaceful rejection? I think once seat vacantism becomes the norm, and all the SSPX convert to seat vacantism, and all the Sanborns and all the other, and so it's just Novus Ordo and Seeds. Then, I mean, no one accepts Pope Michael because, you know,
the Pomeranian.
He had universal and peaceful rejection.
He was what breed of dog was he?
If the majority rejected him and said, "We don't believe you're a valid pope," then that would be the way that.
Yeah,
that's just a thought to think about.
Well, at
that's
that
why
point,
Joe Biden won.
At that point, you would open up. I mean, like, there are some WM Review articles on like how you could get a pope without a college of cardinals, but that's one of the things that's a little bit odd about the like Sanbornite thesis version is that they're so wed to this notion that essentially canon law has to hamstring the church such that the only way a pope could be elected is via cardinals. It's a very odd position to take that canon law can essentially hamstring the church in this way.
Okay, we accept that. Okay, next.
No. Don't
hamstring the church. Don't hamstring the church.
Well, you know, they're very selective about which areas Epikeia could apply to.
Wait.
Epikeia.
Oh boy!
I thought you raise your hand, go all the oxen Epikeia 3 times, and then you get
oxen free.
Bishop Sanborn can't operate. He can't say mass. He can't ordain priests. He can't hear confessions. Because canon law says he can't do any of that without being given permission from someone with jurisdiction. So he'll apply it there. He's very selective. I'll apply it here, but not there, and he gets to decide which areas. I mean, he used Epikeia to get rid of the Feast of Saint Joseph the Worker. Why not?
Yeah. Oh wow,
that's interesting. What is your stance? Because you go to the CMRI. What is your stance on the pre-55?
Oh, CMRI uses the liturgy.
I know what CMRI's. I know what CMRI stance is. I was wondering what your opinion on CMRI stance is.
Well,
you don't know what you know, meaning the chicken.
Well, I'm a cradle seed vacantis, born and know nothing other than the CMRI.
Cradle from the grave.
They were robbing the cradles, and they found Catholic Crusader films. Sorry.
I think that is that's the correct position, because how can you acknowledge Pius XII as a pope and then disregard his laws?
That's right.
I like the example. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I would say I think it's a fair question. I mean, the argument on their side would be that And granted, I go to the Society of St. Pius V and more Congregation of Pius V, so I don't.
Oh, by the way, I could slide that price to V for victory. Here are my creds, man.
Boo him. Boo him. Well, no, I didn't want it to make it seem like I'm going like RCI. Because
for Acer.
RCI? What's that?
Roman Catholic Institute.
Oh, okay.
As soon as Ray joins, we'll kick Phil.
Is that Father Jenkins, the Society of St. Pius V? Is that Father Jenkins?
So that's Father Jenkins, Bishop Kelly, Bishop Sante, Bishop Carroll. Obviously, Bishop Kelly died 2 or 3 years ago now. Actually, Bishop Kelly's video or that video that Mario Dirksen posted, which actually I know the guy who sent it to him. Bishop Kelly and Father Jenkins going up against, what was it, Count Neary and I think Father Harrison, who's like a Novus Ordo ordained theologian, was actually really valuable in me actually coming to I think a better recognition of like the Sedeve Conte position, because I don't really do the personal heresy thing. I do the essentially they're promulgating a false religion. Can false religion be promulgated by the Catholic Church? No. Can heads of this non-Catholic institution that is promulgating false religion simultaneously be the heads of the Catholic Church? And the answer would be no. So that's how I kind of nowadays come to Sedeve Conte.
Well, I think both are valid arguments.
I think it's just the personal heresy one. I feel like you just get into all these like arguments that essentially say, well, it's not been proven. Oh, it's not notorious. Oh, he hasn't been sanctioned enough. Whereas like the other one, where the other version is, yeah, like, do you think the church can like just essentially say that non-Catholics can receive communion?
Well, it's not valid, so there's that.
That's, I mean, beside the point. Like, if you ask a Novus Ordite, essentially, like, yeah, like, can a Protestant receive communion? They either say absolutely not, or it's like, well, it's just an exception. And it's like, well, can there be exceptions to divine law? And then they just don't have an answer. Like, I find that it's much more satisfying.
I think it's an all of the above personal heresy and.
Well, that's like on the Cox like integrity thing. Like they had like a little bit of a rough time like explaining the various. Like,
it's an integrity plus.
Yes, the Pelican integrity.
Pelican
we all answered to Abbott Dan. Sailacast.
Abbott
is
Cox,
signing.
no?
Sailacast is. Yes. Sailacast is signing a contract with Abbott Dan right now as we speak.
At the very least, Stephen has 2 lawyers on the.
Did you watch that vulgar thing? Vulgar CEO, whatever.
Yeah, with the
the
2
Irish
O'Malley's, yeah.
Then he fleeced us for another 200,000.
And altogether, it was $400,000. We
almost $500,000.
If that's true, this guy, Abbott Dan, is the most evil person in the world.
No. You signed that NDA, said AP. We don't talk against Abbott Dan.
The one I signed was with Cox, so I can't talk. Oh wait, no. All I do is talk about him.
That's terrible, man.
Sorry for derailing the conversation.
Well, the one thing I got to hand it to Sadie P there on, and that's I could not make it through a full episode of The Remnant. And when you review it, I go, that's that whole thing.
You think you can shut us up?
How many years worth? Like, do you think you'll have a when JP3 becomes Pope? Do you think you'll get indulgences for all the videos that you've watched?
What do you mean when?
No. I think it'll be worth nothing.
Yeah,
I think all this was a huge waste of time, just to like try to convert like one person.
It'll be up there with like, oh, you conquered Warhammer. Okay.
Like half of the reason is just to show that the other side's insane. So whenever you get a doubt and you turn on SADP, you're like, I can be with SADP or I can be with this screaming, raging man. And you're like, oh, okay, I don't like the screaming guy.
But do you remember the screaming, raging guy who talked against a certain Mike Voris? Oh.
Yeah, he's
Remember?
great. Yeah, Mike Barrett.
That was a good one. He's like,
we all have our part to play. We shouldn't badmouth the screaming, raging people on our side because, like, if Cox can kill the remnant off, then he did his job. Mike Parrott killed off Forrest. He did his job. No, I just have to find the person I'm trying to kill off.
yourself. The greatest enemy of all.
Himself. He deleted himself off the internet again.
Again.
Meanwhile, Catholic Crusader Films is here to kill off the thesis.
You know,
It needs to be done.
I put my next thesis piece on hold to do the one on the Imperfect Council.
Yay!
But I'll get to the thesis again.
Oh. You can't kill a voting Babylon because Anthony Abati believes all positions. There's not
My
a position.
wife worships me.
There's not a position that he doesn't believe.
I mean, that's what happens when you. I mean, if you're going to be like a slippery, literally like just slippery in all of your opinions, then yeah, like if you have no shame, sure, you can believe whatever you want, and then just like it never happened. Like what and change and like it's like it never happened.
He's like, I read the Bible all my adult life. You know that part where the fish swallows Adam and Eve? Yeah. Guy's an idiot.
It's gonna be wild when he actually reads Vatican I and then just says, I've known this the entire time.
I read someone write a book about the Bible.
You remember that children's picture book of the woman with the millstone? Well, I know how they made that millstone, let me tell you.
Do you remember when Joshua marched around Washington, D.C.? Yeah.
I'm surprised Anthony hasn't had Dominic Higaso on his show since they both like to just privately interpret scripture.
Oh,
I mean, imagine the episode.
I just came across that Divine Poetry book again. I was like cleaning up my books and stuff. I'm like, man, what happened to this?
That was a lot of fun to read. It was so insane. It's like, oh man, I have to actually think about this because I've never encountered this thought before.
Well, at least he knew the Bible, though. So it's a little better than Anthony Abate.
Do you think?
You know, I kind of wonder how Anthony can go out and do a show without doing any research. I mean, I'm not saying
you just do it live. You do it live.
That when I put this thing out, I make an effort to get everything right.
You do what we're doing right now.
Yeah, just screw it. You do it live.
You just drink beer and you do it. Like, what's wrong? The words just magically come to you.
I mean, I'm just eating ice cream.
Watch him on any kind of a regular basis, but every time I've watched him, he's had at least something that was seriously theologically wrong. And sometimes,
yeah, but he's built up probably a very, very loyal fan base where it's like he could say, you know, he could probably just, you know, say like 2 + 2 is 7, and they'd be like, "Great job, Anthony."
Yeah, 7's a perfect numbers, and 2 + 2 is a mathematical law perfection.
No, he at least he guessed the number. It was close enough. He misspoke. Leave him alone. It was a number, okay?
I mean, how many shows are really like well researched? You know, like among the
I'll tell you one that isn't.
Salacast.
I think Mario Dirksen probably has the most research shows.
But with like negative charisma.
Yeah, but only Mario Dirksen actually researches this shit. He writes out a script though, so it's not exactly fair.
I love the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
he
Like,
does.
how many people? Yeah, that's really what we say. Is like, how many people can contemporaneously speak but are well researched?
I love the way he tries to sound like a robot. Tradcast.
His sound effects are very weird because he's so kind of like deadpan.
Yes, I've tried to make this comment to him when he was mad at me for roasting someone. He was like, "We should be charitable." You're like, "Yes, boing, boing."
I don't know where he-
Tradcast.
I don't know what's making him think that those are like good sound effects.
I don't know.
Here
It's
it
charming in a way, though. It's
Yeah.
charming.
It is charming in like a kind of like that's your dad doing
I
his
guess
thing.
so.
I was thinking
Yeah.
more like a kid, like your kid does that. Oh, you want to? You sound like
Exactly.
you want to sound like a robot. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yes. Tradcast. Oh.
But like, you've seen like, I don't know, Louis, have you seen like Mario when he has to go on live with someone? Like, it's not like he's,
Wait a second. We already have a Louis Verrecchio. You can't be Louis. You got to be somebody.
Oh, you got to be someone else. Are you Louis then?
Technically, but I prefer Louis.
Oh, fight.
No, he gets to be Louis because he's been a Sede from the crib.
Oh, that's true. Louis Verrecchio converted.
It was
This is-
kind of
Yeah, that's
weird.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't hear the term Sede till I was a teenager. We didn't call ourselves. We just said that
We just said we were Catholic.
John Paul II was an anti-pope, and we were the remnant Catholics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, remnantist.
We didn't hear the term. Well, I've never heard it till I was probably a teenager because that's not the term we really used. I don't. Maybe others did, but
Do you find,
we were Catholic.
did you find growing up, so like my experience, converting from like the Novus Ordo to Catholicism is that at least in the,
says, I'm a fetal Sede.
huh?
Ken says, I'm a fetal Sede.
So I've noticed, like, in the SSPV or CSPV, like the people who are cradle, like in the SSPV or CSPV, tend to be like a lot less. It's almost like this is just Catholicism. Like I don't really need to like know much more than like your catechism, stuff like that. So like,
It's
whereas,
probably
like, people
a lot
who-
easier for me.
yeah, so like people who are like converting over are like, I had to learn everything about the Vatican II religion and all the ways that it's wrong. Whereas like, like my wife grew up in actually Father Wathen's church. So if you know who Father Wathen is, are you familiar with him? He's the guy who wrote, he was a Feeneyite for most of his life. To my understanding, he did stop the Feeneyism before he died, thankfully. But he wrote the books, he wrote the book, The Great Sacrilege, about the Novus Ordo in like 1971. So he was like a very, he was back in the 70s, he was a pretty like prominent traditional Catholic. But she grew up there and she didn't really like know anything about she didn't even know what a Novus Ordo was at all. Like she had no clue what it was until she like came across it when she was 33. Like she just no clue about any of this stuff. She's just like, when she walked into a Novus Ordo once, like saw it for like 2 minutes, like them just walking up the islands, like this is from the devil. That's all it took. And
And what and was her name? Sister Faustina. Dun, dun, dun.
Another group of people who didn't really have a hard time with it are people who,
This
for whatever
is
reason,
of the
stopped practicing
devil.
their faith before Vatican II, and then later in life they decided, "Hey, I'm going to go back." And
Oh, yeah?
and they walked in and didn't recognize it. And for
That
those-
was his name.
Gotcha. That's interesting. Do you know people, a lot of people like that who kind of came back to the faith and were like, what the heck
if
is
you
this?
missed all the changes and you left before the changes started, and you came back after the changes, you wouldn't recognize it.
The Faustina files.
The Cameron Reeker be loving Faustina with every miracle story that comes up. It's
Yeah,
so
that
awesome.
dude, who is that dude? Like that guy is nuts.
I know. He's so bad. The Indian guy has a video pointing out that he's a grifter.
He goes,
The
he says
greatest
something like,
post-player ever.
Oh,
"This
speaking
is
of
the
which,
prayer
how
that everyone
is the Indian guy like? Is the Indian guy also nuts?
It's like
He's just a
what-
normal post-player.
Oh, he's just
What
a
I wanna
normal post laner. He's not
What I
like
wanna know
the
is
Dominic. He's
what
not
prayer-
like the incredibly like abrasive Dominic guy on Twitter, the Sede Braganza, I think.
No, he actually lives in India. This Indian lives in Australia.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
What
I
I
mean,
wanna know
Dominic
is, like, what
Braganza, based on his
prayer-
name, is probably from Goa.
What prayer do the people in hell possess?
What?
What prayer and
No, do they not possess? They not possess.
Yeah, we're waiting for the punchline.
Well, that's what he said. He said, "Here's
Yeah.
a prayer all the saints possess in heaven, and no one in hell does."
Yeah,
and what
yeah,
prayer do they possess?
It's like the prayer of humility. I think that was what he was trying to say, and he couldn't get it out. Oh Lord, I'm so humble. Like, okay.
Oh Lord. Well, what a weirdo.
Yeah, it's almost as
Weird.
bad as us being on this stream.
So who's weirder then? That guy or Panteal? When like Panteal goes on about like I did drugs and all the like all the self-help stuff that he tries to do, while also saying like I was in the darkness doing drugs.
Is that Panteal or is that other guy?
No, it's Panteal. I have no idea which one because they're both creepy as Gal.
You
Get
talking
out.
about the Doom Closet guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to come out of the doom closet and stop doing drugs, kids.
I was living in the Doom Closet.
And then they publicly pronounce themselves part of Trad Inc. like satirically. It's like,
Then I came out and everything was great. The Doom Closet.
and then you wonder why we have problems with the Nova Soda religion. It's like, what? These people, come on. They're not even trying at this point.
Which one of the people that you have done a video on is the greatest advertisement for Sedevacantism? That isn't like one of the heads of the Vatican II religion.
I don't know.
Catholic Crusader Films, who's been seed from the cradle, the grave.
From the grave?
I don't know because I do so much flavor of the month. So like however I feel at that month is the person I think is the most
Cat
biggest
Ken says
problem.
Taylor Marshall.
See, I would think Taylor Marshall, but he's been so out of the loop lately and his videos are so unbelievably boring that I can't watch him.
They're so formulaic. Like, what are you gonna say that's new?
Yeah. But I think I wanted to cover him next week.
Maybe it's just AI.
It could be. Yeah, Taylor Marshall's like, guess
He
what,
just-
guys? The
His
devil
entire
moved.
ranch is actually one giant data center.
Calls it in with the AI.
But Cameron Ricker is one of the top ones. Just like how happy he is to have the camera on. That he seems like it's literally a dopamine drug that he'll just say anything with the camera on. At this miracle, what really got me about this miracle, and it's like the most generic miracle of all time. Okay. Every time it's so good, so good.
I'm the 2-ton Rob of the Sailor Cast.
2-Ton Rob is really good as well, but you have to know more theology, like how they have the evil and good church theology, and they really do believe that. And
Wait.
why? That's
Explain
wrong.
this to me and how it's not Donatism.
No, it is Donatism.
Oh,
They just don't accept that it is Donatism because they do this thing, and TLM Ryan does this as well, which like makes me crash out. They have
Wait a
this.
second. What is Donatism again?
It's when you're bad, you're part of the devil, and when you're good, you're part of God. So if your priest is bad, Even if he's a valid priest, he's part of the devil.
Oh.
So, Phil, you and I are both part of the devil.
Yay!
This side of the screen is the devil. This side is... But he said something to the effect that, like, imagine if the Pope actually preached Catholicism instead of sin. And you're like, yeah, that's the whole point. He can't do that. Like, that's the whole point of this whole 50, 60-year-long controversy is he can't do that. And he's like, yeah, but imagine if he could. You're like, okay, just do drugs at this point.
Just because I love hitting this topic, Bishop Sanborn kind of does the same thing. He said they're part of the. He said they're members of the Catholic Church, but they're a different religion. It's kind of a variation of it.
Well, because I think if I think he's saying juridically they're part of the church, even though they aren't de facto.
It's like
what he means.
I'm gonna try to steel man him. I'll try to steel man him, but
like Protestants.
Because I don't agree. I'm not a thesis.
That is the denial of a very basic article of the creed. We believe in one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. By one means the church has to be one in faith, the Catholic faith. If you're a different religion, then you're not one in faith. So you're essentially violating an article of the creed, which is a dogma. I mean, that puts you on that. Well,
I don't think Sanborn would disagree with that. I think he would just say that juridically no one has actually proclaimed them to be out of the church, and that's the problem. That's what he'd say. The problem is that there's been no juridical sentence against them. And that's why this isn't like, you know, like he'd say like the Protestants or something like that, because if there was a juridical sentence, we wouldn't really have a crisis. That's essentially his argument, if I remember correctly.
Thank you, Julia Rose.
To say that they are members of a different religion, you can't say that without pronouncing some kind of a sentence on it. You pronounce that they members of a different religion. I mean,
well, he doesn't have the authority to bind the consciences of the faithful on that, right? So that's the issue.
Well, if you told him that
Phil, calm down real quick.
They're members of a different religion, I don't think he'd give you communion, so that's kind of binding. So I mean, he says he doesn't have any more authority than his garbage man, but
sorry, could you restart that because Phil was getting in the way of me actually hearing something?
Well, he does make a judgment, and he is making a pronouncement by declaring they're a different religion. Isn't that a judgment?
I guess it is a judgment in that regard. But what he's saying is there has to be
couple furnishings.
It's a little Salza-esque, to be honest, to say there has to be a juridical sentence, right? Whether, you know, on that matter, which is kind of like, yeah, I guess the whole thing for him is because you have to have because there has to be order, because in a visible society, I guess you would have to say the juridical pronouncement is necessary. Though I would say the visible component is their profession, or in this case, it would actually be their teaching of a false religion, would be the visible sign that they're outside of the church.
Mystici Corpus by Pius XII, I believe. I hate saying this when it's not in front of me, going by memory.
No, sin severs. It's the sin that severs, not the crime.
And that
it's the sin that
reminds me of another pet peeve of mine. All these people who talk about well, materially.
Who do you blame? The hand or the mind?
Phil, come on. You should just say it like ask this. You should. You should literally stream stick this.
I lost track of where I was going with that.
I'm surprised that we even have a track at this point.
I try to be liberal because I'm a very libertarian person.
Chicken Little.
We're all getting excommunicated if Stephen Spray comes on the show. So,
oh wow, I didn't know Stephen Spray watched Sailacast.
What is that? Is Abbott Dan coming on?
It looks like Abbott Dan. He's lost some weight.
Oh.
Fatima is a dogma. Yeah, Peter Kwasniewski told me about this.
The Quaz.
The Fatima and the Liturgy of the Hours, it takes 14 hours a day to say, is dogma.
Oddly enough, one of the articles in the Oath Against Modernism, I think it's Oath Against Modernism, condemns that there will ever be new revelation. So if Fatima is declared dogma, wouldn't that be new revelation?
Yes.
Dun dun dun. I guess Kwasniewski's wrong then. Okay.
No, and guess who told me that? Sister Faustina.
Oh!
By someone named
Cameron. The Faustina Files.
Faustina Files. We gotta do a Faustina Files show.
Yeah, but you just go to Cameron and find all the Faustina episodes, and then there you go.
And I was surrounded.
I do love that the Divine Mercy cult is so strong sometimes with the Novus Orders that, like, no matter what sin you have, you can be saved. And then also you're a schismatic. It's like, why would it matter if we're in the Mercy cult? Everyone goes to heaven. What's wrong? I don't understand.
Like you're losing level 3 of Super Mario Brothers, but then I prayed to Carlos Aquinas. And magically.
This is actually true, but Father Lavery is very interesting. When he doesn't like someone, he lets you have it.
It's the most flamethrower scorched earth I have ever seen someone on Twitter. It is amazing.
He was mad at WM Review, and he was like, "Why didn't you quote me when you did this thing?"
Wait, we got mad at Sean?
Yeah, he started roasting him. WM Review wouldn't reply, but he let WM Review have it.
That's nuts.
It is nuts.
Well, you roasted me, love.
I still wish that guy would, because I watched his Fatima conference in like 04 on like the question of jurisdiction, and it was just a ginormous, like, it was interesting, but he ran out of time, and it just ended up being like the greatest tease ever. He's like, I've done all this research, I've translated all these things, and it's like, oh, but my time's up. And it's just like, what was that whole thing for? It was a ginormous tease, and I'm like waiting now for like part 2, and it's been like, I guess it's never gonna happen. But it's like, God. And then I heard someone else say he gave a talk like that, and it was the same thing, where he just like preambled the entire time and never actually got to anything like interesting, even though it seemed like he had a bunch of interesting stuff.
And I heard that you heard.
No, but he did, because he has like apparently he's found another 5 or 6 more theologians that no one's ever heard of, who are accepted, legitimate theologians that
Who
they've
happen to be
commented on.
Donatists.
No, who happened to be the last like 500 years and not like part of the 3 people we know. It's like all the theologians are Saint Antoninus, Bellarmine, Liguri, Bello, and Nort. Like, that's all of them.
Salaberry.
Oh, no, okay. He sounds like lasagna.
Salisbury
Or is
steak.
it Salberry? I can't remember exactly.
Oh, okay. This is offensive. We don't allow offensive
Wow.
content on
That
this
is
show.
That is not true.
Mario is more charismatic than WM Review. Condemned. Don't you love the Syllabus of Errors? We read this. We read it as a family once.
Well, that's not the syllabus of errors. It's
The syllabus of errors or the syllabus of modernist errors? Lamentabili sane.
Oh man.
Which one did you read?
I don't know. It's just funny to have the big word condemned, because we're like at the end, I was like, condemned. I condemn this. I didn't mean it when I said it.
Tabula rasa
it's not,
condemning.
they're written in a positive.
Yeah. It's very, very funnily written.
Yeah. Book number 1, Gambits. Most
When does
heretical.
Gambit's Part 2 come out?
I know,
No,
that's
you
what
can't
everyone's
stop. This
asking.
is. I haven't even started to write it. I'm writing the Mokunono story, and I don't know what I wanted to do with Gambit's Part 2.
You know, initially when I thought I haven't actually read Gambit, but I always want to make it about Gambit, the X-Men character. So your main character is just walking around speaking in a Cajun accent.
Hey, fiction is hard, says Shannon.
No. Right? Fiction is no. Writing complete sentences is hard. Okay, come on.
It's not hard. I mean, look, Anthony Abate. I mean, come on.
Abate can't write in complete sentences. He has AI do that for him.
But he's got like fiction every time he's on the show.
That's true. Fiction is pretty easy for him.
Gabriel gets Mystical City of God wrong by saying it condemned Pope Benedict XIII officially approved it.
I don't know. Since you wrote the comment, it's got to be true. It's got to be true. Commenters don't.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know who Father Gabriel is. I don't know what Mystical City of God is. I don't know Benedict XIII.
So Catholic Crusader films, do you ever like do shows other than like occasionally come on here, or do your researched videos you do?
I tried, but I really wasn't very good at it. I have to hand it to you. You make it look easy, but when you try it, it's not as easy as. I interviewed Dominic Cajezo.
Mm-hmm.
Is that our guy?
Yes.
Divine Poetry?
That's Nine Poetry. Yeah, Nine Poetry.
Yeah, Nine Poetry.
Nine.
And people didn't like you for that.
Well, no, well, it was low views on the videos, yes, but I just didn't think I did a very good job doing it. You know?
Honestly, I stopped doing interviews for a long time because I didn't think I did it very well either. But if you're going by view count as a set of a contest, like there's something wrong with
go
you.
by view count.
If it gets 30 views, you're a success. Okay, come on.
When I tried to break out of my normal,
I was
mold,
29 of them.
I did the video on evolution, and it was. It hasn't hit 400 yet.
I mean,
Yeah,
unless in like Sede land, like unless you're a priest, like you don't really like. It's like the one ink of all the Catholic inks there are, where a priest is going to be the one that that laps the field in that realm. But like in R&R, a priest doesn't lap the field, and Novus Ordo land, a priest doesn't lap the field.
Well, I mean, view count is not everything to me, but again, I kind of felt like I was forcing it and didn't feel comfortable. Like Sede P looks so comfortable doing it. I wish I could have that level of comfort.
Oh yeah, you should
Drink a lot of alcohol.
You should rewatch the Kennedy Hall interview.
No, okay, that thing will never come back. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe some of the choices I've made.
You sit there eating yogurt.
What do you mean? You did the whole Michael Malice thing by dressing up for the interview like that.
Yeah,
He dressed
but
up like Napoleon and was like eating yogurt while the interview was going on.
Went out and
Where
bought
can
like
I get
7.
one of those Napoleon hats?
Yeah, I bought it straight out of France. It cost like $300. I pretty much spent like $600 on that episode. Like, how retarded can you be?
300 to Kennedy Hall. Now
No,
he
it was
left
like
home.
500 on the uniform and that 300 on the hat. I mean, 200 on the uniform, 300 on the hat, and 100 to Kennedy Hall. It was like, I'm retarded. I'm so stupid sometimes. Like single person problems. Oh my goodness. Come on, if I had a wife, she's like, you spent $300 on a hat you don't wear. I wear it a few times a year. What's wrong with you?
Planning the big costume party, you get your costume set.
I don't leave the house except to work.
It's so unique. We'll make it back when the dollar inflates. It'll be such a valuable collector's item.
CDP, you were killing me with your personality cult comment yesterday. Oh man, I was like, all day today, I kept doing that. I was at work, like, hey, could you do this for me? Personality cult.
Yeah, just like, hey, can you clean your room? What is this, a personality cult?
See, if I want to be on a live show, I'll just go on CDP show. Then
That's right.
I don't care as long as there's enough people like on the show that's funny. I was hoping that we'd run out of content and the viewers would die down and they would be like, oh, it's dropped below 20 viewers. Oh, that's it for the show. I just go play video games.
What made you want to do though, like a semi-serious, like investigative piece though? Like that was the one thing where I'm like, whoa, this is way different than I'm used to.
Well, DMs from Chris Jackson.
Oh, okay.
He was like, look at this, and then I looked at the content from the Vulgar CEO.
CDP, I'm Chris Jackson's slave.
But I wanted to. So if you've ever watched CoffeeZilla, he does like a similar type of content. But he has a lot of like the human element in it. So I wanted to focus on that rather than how much money did he owe this person versus this person. So like I had to actually go and find the human element. And it turns out that Dan Savigny is a charismatic, liberal Catholic. It's like, I forgot about that. Okay. Where there's fire, there's smoke or something.
Yeah. I mean, I've already told you this once, but I mean, that was like that was actually impressive, in terms of, the content.
What I don't get is like, everyone's like, not against his wife, not against his wife. I'm like, yeah, against his wife. Like, how is his wife letting him like fleece people like this? This is ridiculous. It's disgusting,
I have to go back and rewatch that show because I wasn't able to get maybe half of it because I was actually at a baseball game and I was listening to my Bluetooth.
I was living real life.
I was like, how is that an out cult of personality?
I was sitting next to my wife and I had the earpiece in the opposite ear from the one next to her. And they start playing the organ and I'm missing what you're saying. And
the organ? Where did you go watch a baseball game? Yankee Stadium?
Anywhere? What do you mean?
I was just watching our local AAA team.
Oh, okay. Where do you live?
Spokane.
Oh,
Spokane,
okay.
Oh, Louis from Spokane.
So are they like the Seattle Mariners AAA team?
We're getting close.
No, who are they? They've switched so many teams. I'm not sure who they're with now. They were. I think Tommy Lasorda was actually one of the early managers, like years and years ago when he was just a kid.
Saint Tommy Lasorda.
Tommy Lasorda.
Saint, I'm pulling out a base and throwing it at a referee, Lasorda.
Actually, I'm not sure who they're with now because they've switched clubs many times.
Mm.
But so it's probably like AAA for Seattle, right? The Mariners.
No, that's what I asked him, but he said he doesn't think that's the
I
case.
think Tri-City Dust Devils, which is one of the teams in our division, I think they're a Mariner farm team.
Mm.
That's my wife. I enjoy baseball, but my wife is a fanatical baseball fan.
Yeah, I love baseball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Anthony and I were in a bar watching.
Anthony Abate?
No.
Who's
St.
Anthony?
Anthony Padua, Rad Trad.
Oh, cool.
Gregory.
He's a Dodgers fan.
He went to the Fatima conference, and we skipped out on a lecture to go watch the Mariners.
Nice.
Did I
Just
say
tell you
that?
how old.
All you West Coast cities really love your baseball.
There was no lectures going on.
I'm East Coast. Oh,
So,
but I'm not.
was your wife more dismayed that the 90s Mariners never won anything, or that the 01 Mariners lost after winning more games than like anybody ever?
Well, I think she became a fan like when they had the first real winning season in '95.
Right.
Ichiro.
No. This is
Ichiro wasn't
Griffey,
there, yeah,
A-Rod,
right.
and Edgar.
And don't forget Buhner.
And
We've got a Mariner fan.
Buhner, Randy Johnson. Was
Edgar
Jeff?
Martinez.
Who was your closer? Was it Arthur Rhodes?
The greatest is Randy Johnson throwing a fastball like killed the bird. That's my favorite video.
Yes.
Have you ever seen that video? That's like the best video ever. He's throwing like 100-mile-an-hour fastball and a bird just boom, kills it. You just see feathers.
What does Gregory say? I can't see it on the stream. I saw it come up. What did he say?
I will skip any lecture to watch the game. That's why he came on the stream like last week. He was like, the Dodgers are getting beaten. He was like, why isn't there a stream tonight? You're like, okay.
The Dodgers lose tonight?
I don't know. I didn't look. I don't like. I only actually care if Ohtani is playing, or else if it's the playoffs. I'm a huge normie when it comes to sports. Come on.
I'm pretty much like that with the New York Rangers.
Oh. Okay,
It's all New York.
Changing the topic.
All New York. Knicks, Yankees, Rangers, and then Arsenal. And then the New York Giants.
Yankees is a dirty word for the Mariners.
Oh, I know. I know. I learned it killed me as a kid because Ken Griffey Jr. was my favorite player growing up, to know that Ken Griffey Jr. hated the Yankees so much.
I don't get to as many games as I used to, but I've been over to see Ken Griffey play and watch him hit home runs, and Buhner and Egger. That was a team. I
honestly think the Boston Red Sox are the most set A team.
What?
Out there.
No.
Is there a Set A Chapel in Boston?
There is. There's a few.
Oh, there is?
Few, yeah.
Oh, the Dodgers won 6-0. It's the number of Satan. Okay.
Nice. They won 6.66 points.
That means the runner was between second and third when the game ended.
I remember someone once asked me that. It was like, how'd it go? I'm like, I don't know. You know, the Red Sox lost. Well, by how many points? I'm like, you mean runs?
By 7 points because the other team scored a field goal.
They lost by a touchdown. But yeah, as far as New York goes, the Mets are the best.
They just lost.
No, I'm just saying, for a team that if you want to root for.
Oh no.
Well, if I had to hear anything else about Christine Saracino telling me that the gay blessings killed the Mets season last year, like I've had to hear that for a whole year now.
Yeah, like the Mets have two eras of like goodness. One in which they were just filled
Who's
to the
the
brim
most
with
Protestant
cocaine.
team? Who's the most Protestant team? What are you talking about?
Protestant team?
Ooh.
The Red
Don't
Sox.
say the Red Sox. Don't say the Red Sox.
Red
Don't
Sox.
say the Red Sox. Don't say the Red Sox.
Who is red?
It's it. The only team I have in town. Don't say the Red Sox.
Wait, what about the Patriots?
Yeah, they play baseball too.
I think the Patriots are the most occult team.
Occult?
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
Oh,
All right,
that's
Dominic,
pretty good.
give us your take.
Dominic. Where's Dominic? Where's
Why-
Dominic
why-
Cagesso? I wonder where
Brady
he
did
is.
an interview, and he said that his wife was a witch, and she always set up an altar for him at the game and did the incantations.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember this. Yeah.
And that's
I'm
why
glad-
Eli Manning won.
I'm glad I hate football.
That's why when they beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, I said it didn't count because that was
It didn't count.
demonic influence.
I mean, Pete Carroll just could have given Marshawn Lynch the football.
It didn't count.
He was doing the incantations to win the game.
Robert,
That's what he said in the interview.
no, but Robert Kraft, he also resurrected Samuel to give him some advice. The Witch of Endor. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm
We
talking about,
know. We know. We've read the Bible. We
No,
know.
but he's giving me a straight face. He's not laughing.
Because he doesn't know. He doesn't get your humor. Your absurdism humor. It's insanity.
Give Marshawn Lynch the ball. Give Marshawn Lynch the ball.
You know, there was more than one person who were saying that.
But Samuel said, as long as Marshawn Lynch is... That was such a weird call, don't you think? Do you think the mob made that call? You're like, hey, we're gonna kill your family. You will not give him or money.
No, I just think people are stupid. I don't buy that there's demonic influence almost anywhere. I think people are just stupid.
How would Father Rippinger make more videos if that's true?
Father Rippinger.
Brady himself attributed that win to his wife's incantations. That was his take on it, not mine.
Okay, Brady would do anything for that woman. He even moved to Florida. Like, that's case closed. If you moved to Florida for a woman, you've lost it.
I guess I've lost it.
Are you living in Florida, meaning your chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, the circle gets smaller.
See, Brady's wife incantated chicken into Florida. See?
Oh, what's going on? Let me see. What?
Just hit power.
What?
Now I'm raising my standing desk.
Oh, my superpower.
He's got a standing chicken. Do you have a standing desk?
What does your shirt say?
No, I don't have a standing desk.
My superpower.
This is for the Children's Hospital. I work in a hospital, so this was a shirt for the Children's Hospital.
Oh, what do you do? What do you do in the hospital?
I'm supplying. I order stuff and
I'm eating a chicken.
Do inventory, supplies and stuff.
Gotcha.
I also do IV pumps and.
We're to the hospital.
Oh, cool.
Meeting a chicken, subtly trying to change the topic to his career.
We don't need to talk about my career.
Interesting.
He's like,
boring.
My name is Louis. I live in Spokane. I work at a hospital. I do certain things at the hospital.
Oh, there we are. I don't know why this desk was caught on something. It wouldn't raise all the way up. There we are. You need to get a standing desk.
Yeah, standing desks are good for you.
But
well, I get tired of sitting. If I sit too long, I need to stand.
Don't worry. SteadyAP just does face pulls all day.
That's not very Sede of you.
Yeah. Oh, I guess the Sede is empty right now.
The seed.
This is retarded. This is so dumb. At least we're not watching Father Larry, because I had another Father Larry.
All right, let's throw it up. Throw it up.
No, because it's horrible. I hate this guy.
No, come on.
Who's this guy?
Give us something to comment on. Go.
Is that what we do around here? Is that
the Sailhawks got many Grand Slammers in their game.
Who's singing music?
Oh, you can hear that? That's my wife in the karaoke.
Oh, nice.
Karaoke. Oh, okay. That's more talented.
She doesn't sing. We got our own setup downstairs.
Can you have her sing "Why Did the Rundown Want to Play"?
No.
Okay. I have an idea for a song. Frozen's. No, Frozen's. Make It Rain. What's the name of the Frozen song?
Let It Go.
No, Let It Go. But
Let It
you
Go.
got to rewrite the lyrics.
No.
You got to rewrite the lyrics to make a pope. That's what you got to do. You got to make a pope. Make a pope. I was going to sing that for last episode, and I was
Wouldn't that be very dope? Make a pope.
Make a pope. Oh.
If that sitting is bothering you, I can sign out.
No.
It's just a clip.
Right.
Never mention it once.
Oh, this guy. There's a longer clip than what was on the Twitters. Because this guy was nuts.
Yeah, this guy's it's a 38-minute clip from Catholic Brothers for Christ with 100
minutes of this.
Yes, it's been a bad audio for 38 minutes.
They pay him to do this.
We're just going. Come on, let's just play.
He said very clearly, the devil will be made known. That's why he kept
Selah. Selah.
I did.
The devil will be made known.
Yeah, that's why I didn't answer the dubia, because the devil will be made known.
What does that even mean?
I think that answered your question, man.
The devil will be made known. Loving you has got to be like the devil in the deep blue sea.
When you take people out of context and you just make them give one sentence answers, it sounds like they didn't even hear the question. It's amazing. Because then he just keeps talking. This dude just never shuts up. It's fantastic.
Keep going.
I can get to it in a second. Here we go. A little bit further on.
Come on. What are you, John?
Come on. The accuser. Who are we following?
Oh.
Satan. Now you might like to hear this. And some of
Selah.
you walk out of here and
The accuser is Satan. So if you accuse anyone of anything, you're Satan.
Yeah.
That's what
This
he's
guy
saying.
he's Novus Ordo Jeremiah Alphonsus.
Well, notice his hands.
Uh-oh.
He must be Italian.
He must be coming out of the doom closet.
Okay. Continuing on.
yeah, Father Larry's just a big liberal. I would die for the faith. And the other thing is this. Like
Selah. So liberals can't die for something? Like, don't liberals always want that? The liberals like, is there a train coming? Let me throw myself in front to save Gandhi. It's like,
I would die for the faith. Yeah, any of us would. It's like you go straight to heaven. Who wouldn't want that?
well, I would die for the faith. How dare you criticize me?
Unfortunately, you have to live for the faith. I'm sorry.
Church, I give the benefit of the doubt to the Pope that God put in. When it comes between me and him, God didn't choose Larry Richards. He chose Pope Francis. And people talk about there have been bad popes, you know. And that's 100% true.
How imagine you talked about your wife that way. You know, I
know.
chose marrying Mary or Maria there. And you know, there's been bad wives. You're like, whoa, buddy, whoa. Don't in the next sentence start comparing your wife to bad women. Like, what are you doing, buddy? Don't do that.
Let me tell you, I've known a lot of sluts in my life.
Oh, Phil,
calm down.
End the stream. End the stream. It is actually getting late, though. Like, we've been streaming for almost 3 hours.
Just hurry up.
No, that's about all I had.
But not one pope since the beginning of the church till now has ever preached to terrorists.
I love the Catholic. It says terrorism.
Did you say preach to terrorists?
We're not sure because there's too much reverb. He meant to say heresy, right? But he said terrorism.
Ever preached to terrorists. Not one.
What? Oh, heresies. I think maybe.
Terrorism. That's terrorism.
Most of them bad. The one Borgia Pope, he.
Is there anything else new?
Just play.
No, I don't just play. I don't like to just play.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah.
No, don't tell me what to do, Mom. Yeah, personality cult lunch.
But then the people, like, again, when the Holy Father put out the first encyclical that people
Okay.
the Amara Taurus, whatever. Now again, this
Amara Taurus or whatever.
Amara Taurus, whatever.
Amara Taurus? Is it a constellation or something?
Is it a Ford Taurus?
The loving bull.
Cow of love.
The loving bull.
Is it a type of car?
Now again, let's look at that. That night, as soon as it came out, not one nice thing was said about it during Aurora's show. They went immediately to the footnotes.
Look, Raymond Arroyo is kind of creepy. By the way.
They
He
went to
looks
the
like a doll.
footnotes. They went to the
You look-
footnotes.
He looks like a Chucky doll. He's got like shiny cheeks.
Well, yeah, he's also got a shiny forehead, but like,
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Raymond Arroyo's like first year at EWTN?
Could you imagine
No,
Raymond
what's it
Arroyo?
like?
He's like, I love you. I love you. I hate you.
Let's see if I can find like Raymond.
He wrote all those books about that no one will ever read. he did the original Gambit's books.
Do we have it? No, it's not. I don't. He was extremely stiff. It was kind of funny. I don't know where we're finding it.
Says Arroyo's hair gets blacker and more blacker and blacker.
Also true.
He looks more like a fake doll every year.
Oh well. I didn't actually watch the whole video, so I don't know what's in it. But I know he does say our Lord's name without reverence sometimes. So I don't want to.
Who?
Father
Raymond?
Larry. No, Father Larry.
Oh
He
yeah.
does- and he does the same thing that all Novus Ordos do. They find one person that's the villain, whether it's Raymond Arroyo or Vigano, and they just like beat him to death. So I think we should close this stream out with "My Wife Worships Me." We all good with that?
Yeah, let's go.
My wife worships me! My wife worships me! My wife,
Yes. Thank you to Anthony Abate for saying the most retarded stuff of all time. Thank you also to all of our guests. There, I'm a pretend host. Thank you to all of our enemies who make us have things to talk about. And thank you all for being here. End the stream. Can we get a big end the stream? End the stream.
End the stream.
End the stream.